Hello, welcome to Red Dwarf Commentaries, Series 4. My name's Hattie Hayridge, I played Holly.
Very professional, hey?
Oh, it was very nice.
Thank you.
Very well done.
No, that was good,
Not
wasn't
bad,
it?
is it? First episode's Camille,
Yeah.
You sure?
and there's some more people in the cast, and they are...
My name's Craig Charles. I play Dave Lister, international space bum and curry lover.
I'm Danny John Jules, the
Oh, I
breakfast man.
nearly forgot.
I play Cat.
Oh, I better say who you are. I'm Robert Llewellyn and I play the lovable, rubber-headed Crichton.
And I'm Chris Barry, and I'm Rimmer. And you all know about me by now.
It's an
Now this
Not
was
the time.
This was,
Sorry,
this,
Bob,
this-
yes.
Well, no, I'm just saying this scene went
Don't
down
fight,
as a
that's
classic
not fine.
scene.
As a classic scene.
Teaching Crichton to lie.
This is where the smee-he comes from.
Smee-he.
Smee-he.
I've signed it many times.
Classic.
Smee-he. It takes a long time to write.
Okay, what's this?
It's an ad.
No, what is it?
Oh, it's no good, sir. I just can't lie. I'm programmed always to tell the truth.
Crichton, it's easy. Look, an orange, a melon.
That mask looks a bit good, Bobby.
Yeah.
Completely different mask than the
Different
last
mask,
series,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Or is it just you've put on a bit of weight?
I'd probably put on a bit of weight as well. He's a little bit fuller.
Yeah, because you was very sort of GQ last series.
Yeah.
With every series, they got better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I remember Series 4
So did
very
we.
fondly. I mean, it was a very good series.
Well, some of us did, Danny. With every series, the mask got better. He said, with every series, so did we.
Now, this dude did in Shepperton, didn't we? Won't
Yeah, this was in
Manchester
Shepperton.
any
This was in
longer.
This is the
Yeah.
first of the Shepperton
First of the
series.
Shepperton series.
Yeah.
I can't.
We missed that bus up to Manchester.
Those tired old videos.
It's a small Czechoslovakian traffic warden.
A great line.
That was it, look.
Well, the whole thing was set up to sort of like say that lying can be noble, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
And it's like a pastiche of Casablanca, really.
Yeah, this episode was, wasn't it? Yeah.
I just saw it as the getting more laughs than us.
Well, I can't hang around here. I better go away.
Yes, I thought during this episode, I thought there's a lot of laughs for Craig and Robert in this.
They were, yeah, we did very well, didn't we, Craig? I thought we were very good.
We was in comedy jail, we was.
We were.
Yeah.
Now, who's that
Or we
bloke
was.
just come in?
That looks vaguely like Danny the John the Jules.
Struggling to upstage to see
Yeah.
the pink suit.
I love the way the jacket matches all the fruit, though.
Yeah. That jacket is cool,
It's
Dan.
a clash, you know.
That's a class, the pink and the orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
Look at the waist
Because
on
you
me.
did have an apricot suit, which you could have worn, which would have matched all the fruit.
That's true.
Yeah, I did. That limey
Lemon and lime.
lemon
one.
and lime one.
Taller than you. It's just not possible.
I'm just there to give a little bit of ham to your melons, sir.
Teach me how to lie, sir.
Any particular reason? Yeah. Lying's a vital part of your psychological defense system. You're naked without it. If you can't lie, then you can't conceal your true intentions from other people. Sometimes that's essential. I mean, like, take Nelson, when he put the telescope up to his blind eye and said, I see
Tell her
no
what?
Telescope.
Telescope.
Telescope, yeah.
Yeah.
When he put the banana
It was
out
early in the
of
morning,
his
wasn't it?
And they let that through.
Shoddy, really.
What else? Look, the change of Lister hat.
I've
even
got into the
forgot
fair
that.
hat, yeah.
You even forgot that one.
Right.
That used to belong to a guy called Gary Hurst.
What, the fur hat did?
Yeah.
It's a yellow fruit that you unzip and eat the white
Who's
bits.
Gary
It's a
Hurst, then?
He was a dancer. He used to be one of Kate Bush's dancers, remember?
Oh, look at that. You're looking very
know him,
suave
then?
there, Chris.
Bit of a hangover
know him?
around the eyes.
Was
wasn't
there?
Yeah.
A bit of a tough night the night
Black
before.
Irishman.
And I had some new strange hair
From
hair
him.
gel for this series
Right.
that I don't think worked.
It was quite shiny, though. It made it look like the hologram light was bouncing around on your head.
It was a brave effort by young,
He's Mr.
Who?
He's a Smee.
young. Hopefully she'll never hear these commentaries. You know who I'm
Is he in
talking
this
about.
room?
Chris, it was only 15 years ago, mate. Or, well, this was about...
Peter?
Andrea.
Andrea.
Andrea Pennell.
Andrea Pennell. Oh, sorry, yeah, Andrea. Oh,
she-
Andrea.
I thought you were
been
talking
introduced.
about Peter Ray.
Thanks for forgetting me, Chris. I heard
Yeah.
that video.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
You forgot the
Andrea
name.
Finch
I
now.
like to
Andrea
pay
Finch,
for it.
yeah.
Andrea DVD,
I
yes.
like to buy the video, she's probably saying. DVD, what it is. Laser disc.
It is.
There it is.
Launched a classic series of
It did,
t-shirts.
didn't
That
it? It did, didn't it? Yeah. Different cosy as well I've got on there. It was the
Yeah.
darker. It was when Crichton was going through his dark period.
You couldn't fit in the last one, Bobby.
That's true, I was too big by then. I was porked out.
You porking yourself up, man.
Sir, you're a Smee.
See? You can see the old,
Me. A Smee.
you see, the power's much more in this series, Bobby. You were fit as a fiddle there, boy.
Ah, so that's when my hair was long.
Oh, long hair.
right,
Look
long
at you.
hair.
Goodness me.
Not quite in balance, really.
It wasn't, was it?
It was a wig, Bobby.
But nobody said nothing, so I kept it long.
marooned on a planet and just stay in orbit.
What's the safety margin?
Except it did get a review saying my hair was too long for a computer.
I did it.
Yeah,
Computers wouldn't grow their hair that long.
no.
And Norman's was too short.
Leave it. That's an order.
Chris's hair's shorter there than in the other one.
Yes, it's more.
He hasn't quite got the full Bobby Charlton there, has he?
It was a bit flyaway in
Hasn't got
Series 3, wasn't it?
It's a little
Yeah.
It was a bit too, careless.
It's
Yeah.
it's a little bit higher
That's much more.
above the
That's
air.
very military now. That's very
Careless quifter.
The parting used to be at least half lower than that.
It did.
I love that bit.
good. We did a lot of cockpit acting, didn't we? We were very
That's
good at
it,
that.
sir.
Oh, is that what it was?
A lot
Yeah.
of Mac acting. Mac 8 on the face.
Sure, the LD wasn't too keen on all that leather. Lighting director.
Oh,
Thank you, Chris.
oh God.
Thank you. I was
What's
completely
the
lost the LD. That was Pomfrey, wasn't it? John
I
Pomfrey.
think
that
it's
was the
still in
Pomfrey.
principle.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's Pomfrey, yeah.
it was Pomfret is Hyde.
He would have done a flurry of blinking, wouldn't he, Pop? For some
Yeah.
God. Yeah, thanks for whoever made that
Made
costume
that
for Danny
costume.
there.
I remember there used to be a bloke that he used to talk to up in the lighting ring.
Yeah,
called
we never saw Di, did
No.
we?
This is the
Lived
Hammy
up there, I
Hamster
think.
scene where we tried to recreate the glory,
glory
of the
of
Fred
Fred
Flintstone.
Right, yeah.
Didn't quite get up there, but not a bad scene.
Not a bad run.
Similar thing.
Well, thanks a bunch. Thanks a smegging bunch.
Well, it used to worry me because he used to walk past me, John Pomfrey, shouting up to the
Yeah.
top, shouting, "Die, die!"
Yeah.
I thought he was completely mad.
Gonna drop a light on you.
Advanced rebellion. Why? So we can go and search some Starship escape vessel because there's 1,000,000 to 1 chance.
And now we have the emergence on the screen of
I let him go on his own.
Mrs. Llewellyn, basically.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
And Miss Judy Pascoe,
that's right.
your young lady.
My young lady, she was very young then. Before we had children. No.
Not yet,
that's-
though. How is she on there?
No, she's not on yet. No.
No, people get confused. 'cause
Oh yes,
that's
it's not her
that's
yet, but she
Rimmer.
will appear quite soon.
This is
She'd look remarkably like Rimmer.
She
this
appears-
is her scene.
This is her opening scene, I believe. Yeah.
You're on your way to a blind date, boy.
This is the point where I
did
stopped
know
getting
her
any
before.
sympathy for wearing a rubber mask because she put one on as well. And
Yeah.
said
And
it's not
she
that
quite
bad.
enjoyed
Stop
it,
making
yeah.
a fuss. Yeah.
Yeah. She went, "What have you been going on about all this time?"
That is where you majorly slipped up, mate.
Yeah, I know. I should never have let her do it. Should I remember those boots because Rob Grant
Rob
stole them,
Grant,
didn't he? Yeah, he loved them.
Yeah.
I remember him wearing them for years after.
Now she could do that in real life. She's very strong, Judy, so she could pull me up like that.
And she's got such a tiny head compared to yours.
Yeah, she has, hasn't she?
Very bottom of my rehydration units. You saved my life.
You responded to my distress call. You saved mine.
My name is Crichton.
They call me Camille. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Are you a 4000 series?
Yes, I'm the 4000 series GTI.
GTI? Oh, wow.
See ya.
4000 series. You've got all the luxury
Hey, I don't want to say
A
anything.
bit 80s,
It's
that.
true.
A bit 80s.
Yeah, it's a bit GTA, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that? Is there something wrong?
Sorry, stair mode canceled.
Stir mode cancer.
Demo cancel. She's always saying that to me.
You did know her before, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
Rather than.
Yeah, this is when we met in real life.
This is your real
No, we had met before.
Yeah,
They discovered that they both had a fondness for rubber and
yeah, that's it. The rest is
and
history.
rough edges.
Really?
Really?
Wow. Listen, I know this is going to sound like a corny line, but has anyone ever told you that the configuration and
you
juxtaposition...
shut up,
Hey,
mate.
you know?
Yeah. You were always using that one, weren't you?
No, I really mean it. The way the light catches the angles in your head, it's enchanting.
Oh, better than Rimmer's worm do line.
Gosh, you must think me as stupid as a fucking cup here. So, where are the crew? What happened here?
Crichton, do you believe in advanced mutual
Is this? Did we hear the worm do?
on the basis of
That was in
Early series, wasn't
that was in an earlier series. wasn't
Comes back though, because I was
Oh,
in
does
one
it?
where
Yeah.
you were talking about Worm 2.
it? Worm do.
A few moments ago, I
it?
was
Series 2, that was it.
ability of
Was that
zero
Parallel
squared.
Universe?
and now?
Yeah, where we meet each other
I
as
knew
a
I'd heard.
Yeah.
I knew I'd heard it while I was there.
Oh, what is that fragrance? It smells divine.
WD-40.
Oh, WD-40. Still, it brings me back. Whenever I smell it, I get all romantic. When I'm spraying up the kids' bike chains, you know, I go, I remember those days.
You can't beat WD-40, can you?
You can't really.
Chris makes his missus wear WD-40 so she smells like his Bentley.
Craig, when was the last time you got in a Bentley, mate? They do not smell of WD-40.
I've never been in a Bentley, sir. Never had the fortune.
Do you wax her as well, Chris?
You've been in a Rolls,
The Bentley.
They smell not too dissimilar from the Bentley.
Anything for you. I'd compute a 3 million digit prime number with prime roots if I thought it would make you happy. I'd evaluate pi to infinity if it would make you smile.
Oh, Crichton, you make the most romantic.
And look, this is a very romantic scene, and
Oops,
here's
he's
you big.
talking
Oh, look.
over it.
He's only changed the
Oh, we
subject
nearly had a
dramatically.
kiss.
There are others?
Yes, why? What's wrong?
I can't
Has he still got that groin socket in this one?
He doesn't get it out. In
He
the,
ain't got it out
no,
yet.
It's a family show.
Camille, this whole planet is about to blow. There isn't time.
We did talk of your big
what's
scene there,
on-
Bobby,
we
didn't
did,
we?
Yeah, it
Sorry
was very
about that.
romantic.
What
this
would have
scene.
been the opposite then for the groinal socket for Camille?
Oh,
What
blimey.
would she have?
No, the trouble is she's got the same socket, obviously. 'cause
She's got-
Oh, Bobby,
Same
the
make.
world's going funny.
I know.
Survivor, sir. We're coming in.
You know, I've worked out how Starbug manages to survive so many crashes.
Oh, why's that?
It's spherical construction.
Ah, of course, that makes it very strong.
All right.
Innit?
Oh, that's a good observation, Chris. Thanks for that.
If he wants to be an engineer.
If it had been square, it would have got bashed and yeah, you're
I thought they
absolutely
just
right.
kept building another one.
There she is now.
There you go. Look, there you go. Look.
Hello.
Oh, look at the honey dripping all off him.
Well, we haven't got much time. I better go and start up the engines and get us clear of the impact zone.
Maybe you say worm doing this
You
one.
wait here and get acquainted.
Do you?
I don't know.
Can I get you anything? Or anything?
No, I'm fine, thanks.
I just can't believe I've met another hologram after all these years.
Yes. The second technician aboard that crate.
Second technician, that's what I am.
I always wanted to go further, but I'm a real dope when it comes to exams.
Me too.
So, what do they call you?
Well, my first name's Arnold, but the guys just generally call me Duke. Yes, well, they don't call me Duke absolutely all the time. In fact, sometimes
What was
months
her
will
name?
elapse and they won't call me Duke at all. So don't
Francesca
call me Duke
Folan.
from anyone.
Francesca Folan, yeah.
Folan.
You know that they call me Duke.
She's very posh.
Sorry, I'm blabbering.
Yeah, she was
Very
posh,
small
yeah.
talk.
Oh, I think
And
you're
she's got,
quite
look at the
intelligent.
parting. She's got the parting.
Well, thank you.
It's gone for the rimmer comb over.
It's gone for the rimmer.
They said, Rimmer, you're a total git.
It's going for the sympathy vote
Yeah,
now.
isn't it?
Moving
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
lad, moving
hey.
in.
Very charming.
Yeah.
Really?
Very, very charming.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I just better go and see how Crichton's getting on.
Chris, you're dumbstruck by your own acting there. Your face, you're looking at it going, oh, I'm so funny. That man gets
Well.
the job, you're looking.
Don't know.
You did look
God.
love-struck. That's a very good love-struck acting.
Yeah, very good.
You think so?
Reliving the moment.
Yeah.
Look at him, look.
Poise. She's absolutely lovely.
Ah.
I don't mind telling
See,
you.
clever.
I think there's some
Changes.
romance in the air.
Oh.
Sly old dog, Crichton. I think you're right.
Nose is a little loose, but
He does lust well, doesn't he?
I'll tell you something. She's so like my sister-in-law Janine, it's untrue.
Camille looks like your sister-in-law. What happened? Was she involved in some kind of horrific car accident?
Who, Janine? No, of course not. She was a model.
And she looked like Camille?
Absolutely, the resemblance is uncanny.
What did she model? Spark plugs?
I think she's very attractive.
You do?
Certainly.
Do you think I'm attractive?
I'd forgotten that
Of course
line.
not. Giant half-chewed
that one
rubber
out
tip
your memory.
Half-chewed rubber tip pencil. I've had to sign that as well.
Well, you can think what the heck you like, because there are some people in this big old wide cosmos who happen to think I'm pretty amazing looking. Especially in the eye department. I thank you so very much.
Oh,
Getting
right.
rather
Yeah, gets a
prissy.
little, yeah, a little bit prissy there. Look at that
Here,
beautiful
some
model
more
shot.
rock and rolling.
Looks like her legs are a bit loose as well.
Yeah.
You're back ahead. Ah, sir, you haven't met our
Stand back, guys, stand
Oh,
back.
sorry, there's a professional in there. Oh, no.
That's
who's
my
that?
ex-girlfriend,
I know.
Suzanne.
Oh, everyone got their
We only
Yeah,
got,
they all
we've
got
only,
bits
together.
into
Yeah.
this.
we've only
Absolutely.
got your
show.
word
They
for
all
that,
got their
man.
bits of fluff into this show.
Yeah, well, this looks fine. If you'd like to remove your clothes, we'll begin the examination.
My bit of fluff's on my head, though.
You're a surgeon.
Well, I'm not fully qualified, but I've seen every episode of Saint Elsewhere. Still...
Very 80s.
Yeah, see?
Saint
Saint
what,
Elsewhere.
where?
Saint what? Yeah. It was a hospital drama series popular in the 1980s.
Let's go straight for the malpractice.
Like ER, really, I suppose.
What you want, giggles or guffaws? It's all the same to me.
Something tells me you're not really a doctor.
What gave it away? The fact that I've gone fully 10 seconds without patronising you?
What's Suzanne doing now?
I don't know, she's still in her band singing.
We have to bump into each other.
You didn't have a Camille, did you, Danny?
I did. It was better looking than all this lot.
It was him.
Yes!
Yeah.
That was a classic moment.
It was good. Damn my vanity.
Yeah.
Even Paul Jackson couldn't believe that. The
hand slap. Oh, we got it. Yeah, that'll come up in a minute. That's very good.
I mean, Paul's been
Oh, yeah,
there,
this is
seen
the one-
it,
was
done
this
it,
the one
worn the
he-
T-shirt.
Yeah.
He saw that and couldn't believe it.
Well, he's been there, seen there, done it, sold the T-shirt.
Sold the T-shirt.
That was a woof of that.
And come in and he said, "Show me that again. Show me that again."
Have you seen Crichton?
We went up to the penthouse suite on A deck.
Thanks muchly.
Oh,
Yeah, that has gone into my family's lexicon, definitely. Thanks muchly.
muchly.
Settled in and you're feeling up to it. We could pop up to the projection room and I could talk you through my photo collection of 20th century telegraph poles.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, or if you fancy a slightly more entertaining even, you can just let them take you outside and shoot you through the head.
No, this is one of them other confusing ones where we had
Yeah.
to know who was looking at
Yeah.
who and being looked at. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
What? You're into telegraph poles?
Of course not.
You see? What did I tell you? And she's also a big fan of Reggie Wilson.
What? You like Hammond organ music?
It's mindless, Pap.
Absolutely amazing, eh? Reggie Wilson, telegraph poles. It's uncanny how much we've got in common.
Are you okay, Rimmer?
Never better. Where is he? A deck. Ciao for now.
Oh, dear. That was it. The nasal exit. A number 3, right?
That was a number 3 special.
Yes. Ah, the old number 3 never fails.
Bit of a...
Never fails.
They didn't catch the full nasal exit. I sort of went down.
Yeah, you didn't give it the full.
It was an homage,
back.
though, wasn't it? A bit of an homage to Kenneth Williams there.
No,
Absolutely.
A pleasure, girl.
Sort of Gordon Brittus came to visit for that moment.
She's a mechanoid, and Captain Sadness makes out she's a hologram.
So
Captain Sadness.
like that.
She's a gelf.
Gelf?
Yeah, a genetically engineered life form. She's a pleasure gelf. Creates to be everyone's perfect companion. Everyone who looks at her perceives it differently. You see what you
Now, how did you find this out?
She just told him. She was a pleasure girl.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
See my perfect mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she'll fall instantly in love with you. Oh, what exquisite treasure of loveliness lies behind those doors. Well, knowing you, a 6-foot Valkyrie warrior maiden in scanty armor with a cleavage you can ski down. Making me drip. Here goes.
Hi, buddy. I'm the object of my own desire. Can you think of anyone more deserving? Well, if you put it like that, I guess you're right. Damn my vanity.
That was great.
That was a beautiful bit of timing.
Still don't know how you did that.
That's brilliant.
Right.
That's
Hey,
brilliant.
you see,
What did you see?
oh, just some gorgeous chunk of loveliness.
Come on, what did you see?
Oh, what a body. What did you see? My legs are still shaking.
Someone get me a brandy.
Dan, that is fantastic.
Somebody give me a brand.
Super stuff.
Well, I should have guessed. It was all a mighty bit too strange. I mean, actually meeting someone who didn't want to vomit all over me in complete loathing and disgust.
I shouldn't take it so personally, sir. It's the same for all of us. We've all been made
Very
to feel
proud of that
foolish.
last one, Bobby.
Are you doing Tide there or something, Robert?
I think I'm doing...
Your watery eyes.
My eyes,
Yeah,
my
his
eyes used to
were-
kill me. They
Eyes
really
were killing you
painful,
there,
yeah.
weren't they?
Yeah.
Holly, what did you see?
I didn't see anything. I don't think I got any desires. Either that or my screen was foggy.
Like a little
I
boy.
guess I owe you all an apology.
Sorry, Dave. Sorry, Duke.
Sorry, buddy.
Heartbreaker.
I told you it wouldn't work, Crichton, if there were others. You're the one who's hurt the most. You're not used to these emotions.
Why did you lie to me?
Because I felt something really special for you, something I'd never felt before. I knew if you saw me as I really was.
It is peculiar watching it because I can see her underneath it.
Yeah.
But it was a very weird experience.
I like that photo of you two.
Now, when my son saw this, when he was about 4, he burst into tears at that point.
Did he?
Mummy's turned into a green blob. Oh, it just really upset him. He was really, really upset.
Why, she didn't
Mummy's
take the costume home, did
Yeah,
she?
no. My mum is a green blob. Poor little lad.
Well, I think you look really nice.
She looks like something that dropped out of the Sphinx's
You
nose.
see, lying can be noble.
He's right. I'm just a huge green blob.
True, but as huge green blobs go, I think you're really cute.
I don't believe you.
Okay, so you're never going to get on the cover of Vogue, but hey, neither am I. I think you're really sweet.
You're lying.
Who played the blob?
Can't lie. I'm a
It was one of the special effects guys, wasn't it?
played
It was
the
underneath
blob?
that.
Yes, around
course not.
special effects,
There's
yeah.
some humans not as
It doesn't
attractive as
say.
No.
Mike
you. Take Carl
Tucker.
Holden.
Was it Mike Tucker?
Mike Tucker.
He was underneath that. I know it was very hot
Think this changes
and
anything?
unpleasant and smelly.
I don't know.
Do you mean that
I'd be really grateful if you would join
she never really turned into a green blob?
No, I had to explain that. Yeah, it was acting.
And it was a man, not a girl. You must be very confused when you're working, Robert.
Yeah.
Well, Crichton didn't mind anyway, did he?
I didn't care what she
You
looked
know,
like.
I can't believe he's really going through with this.
Look, if Crichton wants to take an amorphous green blob for a discreet tentacle, I say good luck to him.
I mean, me too. I mean, we all really thought, don't we? When Steve McQueen met the blob, he tried to kill it. He probably never crossed his mind trying to take it out to a restaurant.
I have a great idea. They should go to a sushi bar. At least that way, the food won't look better than his date.
Sir, I respect your sense of dress more than anything, and I really appreciate your opinion of this outfit.
Oh, look at the lad.
Look at
No.
that.
If I was going out with a large ball of green slime, that's how I dress.
Thank you, sir. That means a lot to me. Well, don't wait up.
Oh, remember this now, trying to get those straws to remain in the
God,
same
yeah.
place. This
Oh,
took
that
hours
took
to
forever,
film.
yeah.
It did, didn't it? Yeah.
We'll always have parrots.
Yeah.
Isn't this enchanting?
Oh, Crichton.
Those straws with umbrellas and all that wouldn't stay still at
Right.
all.
Droid meets droid. Droid becomes
Oh,
chameleon.
come on, we've all had worse dates.
Yeah.
No, it was the blob's hand couldn't hold a
Yeah,
glass.
couldn't
It
hold
kept
the glass.
falling out.
Yeah.
Toast, my love. To us.
Who chose the music? It's Howard Goodall playing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Not
rocking.
Craig's band.
This is how you get down, innit?
It is.
Down and dirty. When you're over 30. Oh, dearie me.
I must have seen it 1,000 times. Lister used to use it as part of my course. It's littered with examples of how lying can be noble.
From now on, my angel, Casablanca will be our movie. And
Sorry to Gooseberry, Crichton, but we got a visitor down in the hangar. He wants to see Camille.
I was going to tell you, Crichton. Truly, I was.
You have a husband?
We're androgynous, but I suppose...
Intrigue.
Yeah.
Husband. Hector has a brilliant mind. He's been working on an antidote for our condition for years.
Hector's a blob, too?
We're both blobs, Crichton. I left him.
She's done you, Bob.
I thought
She's done you.
Yeah, she's done me. She had someone else. She never told me. Heartbreaking it was.
I'm going to tell him I met someone else. I'm going to tell him I'm staying here with you.
Oh, dear.
Mr. Lister, sir, would you be so kind as to take Camille's bag on board?
Why weren't you seeing her as Camille, though?
Oh, because she
Why?
decided not to.
Stop being
she
a
stopped being Camille,
girl,
didn't she?
didn't she?
See, I wasn't keeping up, was
Yeah,
I?
yeah, it was in the script, Craig.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But I never understood it.
Craig never used to read the script.
I have to frankly admit that I'm learning things about the episode
Oh,
Camille
absolutely.
that I didn't know at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Not tomorrow, but soon. For the rest of your life.
Well, considering I wasn't in it, obviously, after 23 minutes.
Noble kid. But it's pretty obvious the problems of two blobs and a droid.
I'm amazed they started to get the Casablanca puns.
Yeah.
We'll always have parrots and all that. Hill of beans.
Are you ready for me? I'm ready.
Oh, there's Hector.
Oh, you can see they're right for each other, can't
Yeah,
you?
no, they are suited. It was right that they
They're a
ended
lovely
that way.
couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both covered in KY jelly. They've been together so long, they're beginning to look like brother and sister.
Yeah.
Well, they say people are attracted to people that look like them, don't they?
Old story. Droid meets droid. Droid becomes chameleon. Droid loses chameleon. Chameleon turns into blob. Droid gets blob back again. Blob.
So for Rupert Bates, it was a bit of a come down, I suppose, from one of the bodyguards to Lister in time slides, wasn't it?
Do you remember the trouble you had
was he
with that speech,
Wasn't Rupert
Robert?
Bates one of the... Is that Rupert? Ed's...
Yeah, Ed's friend Rupert, yeah.
Because he was one of the bodyguards, your bodyguards in time slides.
Yeah.
And here he was emerging again as Hector Bob.
Oh, is that what he was in? He was in Hector. Oh, he did the voice of Hector, which is only one line, I think. Yeah. Well, I don't think he was under all the rubber. I would think that was another special effects guy.
Yeah.
Oh, right, it was just a voice. Oh, right, sorry.
Very different ending, though, to that, isn't it?
Oh, it's finished.
It's finished, yeah. That was the ending.
What happened in the end?
Well,
they all lived
Lister and
happily
Crichton
ever
walk off.
after, I think.
We recreated the classic end shot of the movie
Hector
Casablanca.
Blob, not Hector Bob.
It's not that I'm not interested in
No,
shows
no,
that I don't
obviously,
feature much
obviously
in.
not. No,
Bob, I
Obviously
thought
not.
you were brilliant.
Thank you very much. No, that is unnecessary.
That was your big episode,
It
wasn't
was, wasn't it? In this series, yeah.
And some people did say that you didn't make enough of it.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't one of those people.
No,
I was
of
one of those
course
people
not.
who defended you.
You've always been a staunch defender of my rubber work.
But I had to work hard. There were some fierce attacks.
Yeah.
I think you did very well, Bob. You did
Could
just
have
enough.
fought for her.
I could have done, couldn't I? I'd let her go too easily. Rob, Doug, and Ed. What a team.
Welcome to Red Dwarf Series 4, commentaries on the DVD. Can we say our names again?
No, just say what episode it is.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
episode 2, DNA.
Yeah.
DNA, Hattie Hayridge.
Another episode that I know very little about at the moment.
Yeah, it'll come back to you, I'm
It
sure.
will be revealed.
But we did find it. This is where we found the DNA transmogrifier on a ship, wasn't
Well, this is because we never ate enough bread on this one. DNA did stand for Do Not Alter, but
it?
we
Did
never
originally, didn't it?
mentioned
Yeah, we didn't. That's what the script was called, wasn't it, when we first got it?
Do Not Alter.
I thought that, but then I thought that's what DNA meant. at the
That's a
time.
lovely shot, though, isn't
Oh, very nice. Oh, look, we had a lot of very, very techy. Oh, yeah, this was good, this bit. We had to do a lot of tapping.
it? That's it. Look at him.
Ah.
A lot of typing, pool acting. The old...
We're really up to something.
Yeah.
Visual down, radar down. What's happening?
Something.
I don't know. What is, Bobby?
What are you looking at me like that for?
You've just unplugged the console.
I'm blow drying my hair.
We're tracking a UFO.
Oh, you're tracking a UFO, so I have to sit around looking like the Bride of Frankenstein?
Use another socket.
This is beyond belief. A spaceship 5 miles long and it don't fit enough plug sockets in the scanning room.
There's plenty of plug sockets in the scanning room, Cat. They're all taken up with your beauty aids. Now use a wall socket.
What? Unplug my hot wax strip unsightly hair remover?
Yes, unplug your hot wax strip unsightly hair remover.
They don't write like that
They
anymore.
don't, do they?
We finally get to encounter an alien species and I have to meet them with a wavery bikini line.
Back bearing 0.
Could write anything, couldn't he? Effortlessly into it there, though, Chris.
Yeah.
Back, comparing 890. I have control.
Okay, I'll use gel. Everybody happy?
Stabilize pitch, reduce corrective.
Well.
Ah, there it is.
I have no idea, sir. The craft does not appear to be of Earth construction.
Aliens. They're probably going to return Glenn Miller. That's what they do. All those people who inexplicably vanish, they return them. Ah, smeg, that's all we need. Glenn Miller on board, boring us to death with Pennsylvania 65000. Right, open communication channels.
Now, Glenn Miller, of course, was fairly dated even then.
He was. But he was
Obviously,
another
this
of the
one-
American icons.
Yeah.
This one hasn't clicked in our memory banks yet, has it?
Not really. I
Bits of it come
don't
back.
remember any of that.
I remember the hairdryer gag. I do remember that.
Yeah.
And I remember this. I remember shooting this. This was shot in Shepperton as well. It was a different set, wasn't it?
Yeah, round the back or something.
This is where the lift opens and there's some sort of creature in it, isn't it? I shouldn't spoil the gag, obviously.
What's the hurry? Have you got some major luncheon appointment you have to rush off to?
What's your problem?
I'm not teaming up with him.
Me? What's wrong with me?
You're totally egocentric. You flee at the first sign of trouble. You only look after number one. You're vain, you're selfish, you're narcissistic, and you're self-obsessed.
You just listed all my best features.
I'm going with Crichton.
Come on, Cat.
Bit of macho work now. Well, from me at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
You got the torch on
Torch
the...
on my bazooka.
Hey, on your bazooka.
Come
You
on,
are
you
seriously
want it.
tooled up.
It's always the guy in the lead who buys it first.
Oh, this is a good scene, actually.
Yeah.
So, in my experience, it's usually
Rumor goes Morris dancing.
the hero that gets picked off first, so the others underwear they're under attack.
You're right, you're right. Can you take the front and the back so I can go in the middle?
Do my best, sir.
Yes, I remember this.
Yeah, look.
No.
Coward.
Yes, I remember this.
Comedy
Spitting image, comedy exit.
Yeah.
Go, Crichton.
We found something, sir.
We found something, sir.
I think it's one of the crew. A hideously malformed triple-headed skeleton with putrefied flesh hanging from it. It fell through Rimmer as we opened the lift door.
Is he all right?
I believe he's just discovered what shirt tails are for. Right. You don't have to make me sound like a complete cowardly gimboid git. I'm fine now. So, shall I cancel the order to find your mother? Is that thing still on?
Oh, I remember this now. It's the chicken.
Yeah, it's the chicken, yeah. And the curry.
Cheers, man. Brilliant. I'm trying.
Oh, is this where
Get me out of this thing.
time goes fast and it goes slow?
No,
Oh,
this is
no.
DNA, Hattie, no. Time goes fast, then goes slow.
Isn't this that transmogrification
Yeah, yes.
sequence?
I don't know. I just sit there and do the same thing on all of them. I
That
get
was
confused.
Richard Ridings did the voice, though, didn't he? Of the-
Skeletal form appears to be basically humanoid in
How
structure.
do you remember
I
that?
just remember it. I remember Richard. He was very good.
Yeah, but Peter Spraggan was originally booked for it, didn't he? But he didn't make the edit.
Couldn't make the edit, no. So, yeah,
see?
Richard revoiced it.
Here you go.
Well
You remember
read,
that?
Craig.
Chris just woke up. Couldn't believe it. Wakey, wakey, Mr. Barry.
Now, I remember shooting a scene, Chris, where that did fall out. Do you remember that?
I remember nothing.
No, I remember they cut it. It's never used. Yeah, the monster fell out on us, and,
That's
and then
right.
that was
Oh,
cut.
did it?
Dialect English.
Yeah, that's-
colloquial construction.
Dialect English.
3rd century.
23rd century. This is where you were classified as coming from the 23rd
Is this
century.
the guy that- is this
Whereas
the guy
in
that
earlier
did-
episodes it had been the 22nd century.
Oh, no, Chris is from the 21st, isn't he? Or the 23rd?
Then something
21st,
else
I
is,
think.
one of the other ones is in the 22nd century,
I know.
I think,
There's
isn't
all
it?
sorts of different centuries.
It's an
we came from,
ongoing debate.
isn't it? Yeah. Still not resolved.
Nothing. Get Crichton. Hey, you think I can't handle this on my own? I have to rush off and get novelty condom head to bail you out? I got you into this. I'll get you out.
Was that the first novelty condom?
Yeah, I was just
I
wondering
think
that.
it was. I think it was, yeah.
Was that
Yeah,
delivered
first one
so
we've heard.
smooth you didn't even know
No,
if it was
no,
the
it
first
just,
or the
it just
second?
came out naturally, didn't it?
Yeah.
Is this the guy that did This Is the Voice of the Mysterons?
No.
Oh, well, it could have been. I think it should
It
be
sounds-
in our own world. I think we should believe that.
Stop this.
Ooh. Bit of emotion coming from the old lister there.
Transmogrified. Beautiful chicken.
God, that looks like him. Lovely little chicken.
Now, what
there.
kind of chicken's that?
Well, I can't remember the breed.
A
Yeah,
drunk,
I've had
a
one
drunk
like that.
one.
Is that a grey bantam lesser
He's
Yeah.
plastered that chicken.
speckled one?
I'll have to look it up in my chicken
That
book.
Yeah.
I remember seeing him and Craig
got it
having a
with
lager
you.
in the pub at lunchtime.
We've probably ate him since.
That's the only one that will go out drinking with
He
him.
was lovely, actually. He was lovely with a little bit of bacon on the top, slowly roasted.
So what does it do?
Every single cell in your body contains DNA, which is a series of genetic instructions telling your body how to grow. It's like a small computer program that chooses the color of your eyes, tells your nose what shape to be, designates your sex, your height, everything, even your lifespan.
See, Crichton knows all about a DNA transmogrifier. Immediately he sees it.
Oh, yeah.
So clever.
This machine can transform any living thing into any other living thing by
You got all the exposition, really, didn't you?
I'm trying to sound as if I know what I'm talking about there, literally.
Yeah. Can you remember this, Chris? No, I'm quite impressed that you can't. I'm very pleased that you can't quite remember it because I thought my memory was pretty ropey. But I do remember this sequence quite clearly.
I remember going through the script looking for the laugh lines and
Yeah.
saying, well,
Yeah.
I'll do them really well.
And the others I'll just fill in.
And the others I'll just do with a quizzical frown on my head face, you know? And it's worked.
Yeah.
See, look, he said the chicken's even got a beer gut like Lister.
Logically, this should be the recall sequence.
Wrong.
Oh, a little hamster.
Let's start from the top.
Oh, yeah,
I know. Yeah.
It's gone straight through that hamster. Where's it gone? Must have gone down that grating.
So I'm standing here, pressing the buttons, and then this voice there.
Transmogrification.
Oh, this is where you
Yeah,
become
I know.
human.
Yeah,
That's
it's my least favourite episode. I can't. I mean,
Why?
I think it's a good episode, but I hate watching it. I can't bear looking at myself.
I think you're really good, isn't it?
I think I'm really good up to this point.
It's got the old double Polaroid
Double
scene.
Polaroid, which is a classic
Oh,
scene.
is this that one? Oh, okay.
On organic life, I am mineral and therefore immune.
New genetic structure.
I felt so naked when I went out on stage, but I knew I was naked. When we were filming the second bit. Not the audience.
My brain is part organic, and therefore it is entirely possible for the machine to transmogrify my physical condition. Engage panic circuits. Panic circuits engaged.
Aw.
The old Stan Laurel laugh never fails, Bobby.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I think so. What was it like being a hamster? It was better than being a chicken. I mean, you seen the size of an egg. You seen the size of a chicken's bum. That's all the cooking was about. I was trying to say in chicken talk, for God's sake, give me an epidural.
Let's get Crichton back. Press what you pressed for Lister.
Oh, here it is, the transformation. Look at that. Imagine the amount of disappointed females out there now.
Yeah.
That's what he looks
That's
like.
what he looks like underneath. It's so disappointing. It's a huge letdown.
But would they have known? I suppose they did know it was you.
I suppose.
I can experience real feelings. I'm experiencing one now. I'm in happiness mode. I've never experienced anything like it before. Oh, except for that one time when I accidentally welded my groinal socket to a front-loading washing machine. I'm alive.
Quite a lot of hair, though, still.
Yeah, he did have a lot of hair. He had a big mouth as well.
Yeah, got a big gob, yeah.
How's he doing, Hulk?
Physically, he's fine.
Hair's grown even more. Look at that.
It's grown since the last scene.
Yeah.
One side.
You've been sitting in there so long, Matt, your hair's grown.
I know. Going hello.
I like that blanket, Hilton, Titan Hilton.
Now, my little nephew came to watch this being recorded, this episode, and he was really excited about seeing Crichton, seeing Uncle Robert as Crichton. And he sat in the audience, and that was when he saw me come out, and that was just boring old Uncle Robbie. He'd seen me before, he was so unimpressed.
I remember that.
Yeah, he was about 12, I think, at the time.
You look a little bit Gary Rhodesy there.
Oh,
He
God,
looks
because the
chief
hair.
chef, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks a little bit Gary Rhodey. Look, with the whole thing on as well, the shirt and everything.
That was an Andrea Pennell haircut.
12 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wick up your Zoom.
Yeah.
To the object. All right, okay. Well, what about other optical effects like split screen, slow motion, Quantel?
No, we don't have them.
You don't have them. Just the zoom.
That's
Well,
cute.
no, that's fine. That's great. No, that's really great. Now, then, my nipples don't work.
This was a good scene, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's nice.
Don't work.
Well, when I was a mechanoid, the right nipple nut was used to regulate body temperature, while the left nipple nut was used mainly to pick up shortwave radio transmissions. Now, what I'm saying is, no matter how hard I twist, I can't seem to pick up
Jazz FM.
Jazz FM. Yes.
Human nipples don't do that, right?
I see. Fine.
What do they do?
Region.
Men's nipples.
Not a lot, really.
Human ones.
Get cold.
No, they get cold. A bit redundant.
Indeed, I have located what I presume.
They're erogenous.
Are they? Well, mine aren't, very. Are yours, Dave?
Have you ever had yours?
Yeah, I've had a lot of attention over the years. and
Might
don't do
tickle,
anything.
yeah.
Yeah, they just tickle and annoy me.
Yeah, mine. It's not really. Oh, sorry. Where are we?
You've had that up yet? No.
Right, we eat and sleep. That's our way of recharging.
Yes, now I wanted to talk to you about something. Something about, something I know that we humans get a
Oh dear.
bit of a taboo subject, not the sort of thing we like to sit around and chat about in polite conversation.
Crichton, I'm an enlightened 23rd century guy.
23rd
Yeah.
century.
I'm all over the place, I'm.
I knew it, you've gone straight into smirk mode. Aren't we both two human adults? Can't we discuss our reproductive system without adolescent sniggering?
Yeah, of course we can.
Thank you.
What were the pictures of? I don't remember.
Well, what?
You're Todger.
Well, what do you think?
Quite with you here, Crichton. What am I supposed to say?
I want to know, is that normal?
What, taking photographs of it and showing it to your mates? No, it's not.
Well, yes, but is it supposed to look like that?
Well, yeah.
I love this. The last chicken at the shop.
Yeah.
Look.
Best design they could come up with? Are you seriously telling me there were choices and someone said, ah, there, that's it. That's the shape we're looking for. The last chicken in the shop look. Shakespeare had one. Einstein. Perry Como sang, memories are made of this.
I love
with one of
that.
those stashed in his slacks.
Stashed in his slacks. Yeah.
No wonder humans don't have a zoom mode. Ugh. Now, take a look at this.
Yeah.
And this.
Nah.
Now, why do you suppose that happened?
Nah.
What were you thinking of at the time?
Well, nothing in particular, sir. I was just idly flicking through an electrical appliance catalog. I came across the section on super deluxe vacuum cleaners, and
dearie me.
elastic was catapulted across the medical bay.
You're kinky. You're kinky.
Yeah, dead
Crichton.
kinky.
You're neither
Bobby,
one thing or the
Do you
other.
realise you just put us in retirement for this episode? This whole... There's no point us coming back
What
on.
were you guys doing then? This is a bit like...
We're all just round...
I was sitting around growing my hair.
I was in the dressing room reading a novel.
He was writing a novel, weren't you?
I was trying to... I lost count after about 15 woofers, you know. I went back to reading my comics.
Become one of those poor, sappy, Sadak mechanoids again? This is my dream. Hey, listen, I've got a joke for you. Now, how many mechanoids does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know.
12. And you know why? Why? Because they're so stupid.
So, Bobby, did you do the beginning of the episode with the when?
That was all pre-recorded.
Right.
That was all, this was live in front of the audience. From this point on, wasn't
So
it? I think?
it was one occasion you didn't have to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when
Yeah.
your little nephew came.
And that's when my little
Oh,
nephew came to
dear.
see it, and he was desperate to see it. And I felt incredibly exposed there. It was a very different experience.
Oh,
doing
the,
it
the
without,
B team are on. The B team are on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is a good scene, this, though.
No, it's very good.
The hard part was
It's,
finding dead cells.
You really think you can clone yourself?
It does go a little bit flatter when they come on the
Yeah.
Well, you know,
But they're doing the best they can. They're very good, I think. And they're lovely people.
But weren't your shoulders killing at the end of it?
Yeah.
From carrying them.
Carrying them through the show.
I won't be made of that. My body will
I won't be made of dandruff.
We won't rise to it.
I won't be made of
It's
dandruff.
a bit of Rimmer's dandruff. It's great.
If he ever offers to show you his photo collection, my advice is decline, politely.
I bet he can't believe his luck. He's reached the pinnacle of the evolutionary mountain. He's a human.
What's so big about being human?
Listy, don't knock it.
Listy always asks the big philosophical questions, doesn't he?
With it.
Open up the debate.
Yeah.
Look, I know it's old-fashioned, but I'm from the school that believe if God had intended us to fly, he wouldn't have invented Spanish air traffic control. Okay, that machine might be able to cure diseases and stuff, but you shouldn't use it to change you into what you're not. You are what you are. Wasn't it Descartes who said, I am what I am?
No, it was Popeye the Sailor Man.
Well, whoever it was, he was a hell of a philosopher. And I think what he was trying to say was, you've got to stay true to what you are.
There you go.
Now, here we go.
Bit of philosophy now. Nietzsche said God is dead, but now Nietzsche's dead. Didn't get
See,
him very
Danny and I
far.
in this scene had to sort of rescue the audience from all the lavatorial gags.
Yeah, and bring it up to a
And
bit
bring
more
it
of a
back.
philosophical level. Absolutely,
Exactly,
Chris.
and I think we did that.
You did that.
Level
You did it
educated
very,
level.
very well, Chris. And I will defend you to the death
Look, and then Craig comes
for what
in
you did there.
after we've gelled up the
Yeah,
audience again.
exactly.
He comes in with all his
Brings it back down.
So what about this?
Yeah.
Who cares about that?
Exactly.
You know, little you know, lighting the litmus. Is it the litmus fuse?
Lighting the touch
You
paper.
can light litmus. You can light litmus. It's not as good as touch paper.
Changing a fuse.
It changes
You
colour
can
when you
change
light
a fuse.
it.
Yeah. Change the fuse. Goes from blue to
red. And hot.
You like your job, you're your own boss, and you've got no woman's trouble. So you'll never feel as bad as I feel now. And at that moment, I mean, for a split second, I would have given anything to swap places with him.
It's awful, man. When a woman screws you up so bad, you want to become a squirrel.
Just made me think. think that a lot of the time being
That's nuts, isn't it?
That's nuts. What, a
That should be a
squirrel?
t-shirt.
That should be a t-shirt.
Calling yourself Nutkin?
I'm telling you, Rimmer, is that being human sometimes isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Oh, dear me, get off your horse.
And drink your milk.
Major disappointments.
Brilliant, Dave. Lovely little look there.
You can't buy looks like that.
It looks like a 1950s stand-up comic.
Oh, yeah, that's the spare heads. Forgot about
Spare
them.
heads again.
Sparehead 1, our wildest, most incredible dream has come true. What's it like? It's indescribable, Sparehead 2. True, I'm having a few problems coping with the human emotions, and there's no zoom, the nipples don't work, and I could show you a snapshot of something that would make your eyes spin like fruit machines.
Is that the matter what you're doing with your face when you're underneath the mask?
Yeah. It does show, doesn't it? Very much, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's no longer possible.
Does it
No,
move
it works
the
with this
rubber?
character, though. You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Yeah, but it's Crichton, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just Crichton.
Yeah, I suppose it is. No, it had to be done, but it...
I mean, you could have done it like Sean Connery.
Ah, that grumpy head
Sparehead
3.
3.
He's funny, but look, he's got a completely different character, you
Yeah.
know.
He's 3,000 years old, poor old Sparehead 3.
Hey, I've been busy.
Aye, busy swanking round with his new central nervous system. He's punchy new age.
He's having a good bit of a read there.
I think I'm sure the whole scene was on very large idiot boards placed.
Maybe 30,000 years old, and my circuit boards may have gone bandy, but I'll tell you this now.
Bandy.
Bandy.
And a mechanoid you'll always be.
I don't have to take this from you. I'm a human. Shut your stupid flat head.
Oh!
Crichton, I don't believe you just said that. I don't even know why I came here. What a waste of time. I think you should leave now, Crichton. There's nothing more to say.
Aye, sling your bloody up. Go on.
And what about you, Sparehand 1? How do you feel?
Yeah, classic gag.
Fellow human.
Oh, fellow human.
You
How
like that?
hollow those
You
words
actually
sound
look a
now.
bit like when you was in that group.
Yes.
You actually
Joeys.
do.
The Joeys. It does look very like the Joeys, yeah. Well, yeah, because I had a lot of hair that stuck up in those days.
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
It's very
Do you
similar
know,
to what
that's
you're
so
wearing now,
funny.
actually.
That's so
Yeah.
funny, that footage of you in that
Yeah,
band.
yeah.
In one of the episodes, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, the 10th anniversary.
Yeah, 10th anniversary thing we used a bit, yeah.
That is so funny.
No, I've done the most terrible thing. I've hurt my own kind. I've made fun of those closest
No,
to
see, if I'd stopped doing that wrinkly forehead stuff, I'd look 10 years younger now. But
Yeah.
it's all there, you know.
It's all there.
That's where the lines came
Yeah.
from.
Agreed. And you've known all along.
Yeah, well,
Get you a bit of Botox.
Yeah.
A bit of Botox for the film,
Yeah,
sir.
that was, yes. Puff it out a bit.
Won't be able to move your mask at all then.
When did we start having all them fish in it?
Yeah,
They weren't there when we were there.
No,
There's
this
been
episode.
a few now.
Yeah, no, it was on this series. They had there was always
See, I
fish
could
there.
be sitting there making faces.
Hamming
Instead
up
of
the
that
scene.
lily lubbered, what was that fish you had before? The
Mollusk.
blubber fish.
Oh yeah.
WB. It means I was a class traitor. I could have been on that
I went in a wine bar.
I love this.
Yeah.
kitchens, sleeping on futons, eating tapas. Who knows where it could have led? I could have started having relationships with people instead of going out with them.
Wine bar. Very 80s thing.
Yeah.
What would we have
you're-
said
This is
now?
90s though,
No.
unfortunately.
Well, yeah, design a bar or design a pub or something, wouldn't it be? But even that's 90s. I don't know what you'd have now.
The Ivy.
The
I think
Ivy.
it was meant to be a bit past, didn't
Yeah.
it? When he was saying wine bar, it was comedy
Yeah.
to say it then.
Thing. Let's do it. Crichton, there was a
Trouble is, I have ended up playing squash every Tuesday night with a bloke called Gerald. What's happened to my
Well,
life?
me and Chris had the conversation, and I said one day he was definitely going to turn.
Turn.
Yeah. To like guys called Jeremy.
Oh, right.
Then you go for a little designer beer at a wine bar.
Little Italian beer's all the rage now.
Oh, very good.
I thought you said Italians were all the rage for a minute.
Curry.
It's dead, it's organic. If we can change a mutton vindaloo into a chicken vindaloo...
Good thinking, but
we'll know it's safe.
this is lager.
nice idea, goalpost head.
Yeah.
Has this got all the lager in it?
This is the
Yeah.
curry monster. Very popular
Oh,
character.
the curry monster. It almost making sense.
Sample accepted and cloned. metamorphose.
God, that's good. How do you do that? When you make
I can quite do that,
Oh,
actually.
yes, very good. Oh, I remember the curry bubbling up. That was pretty horrible.
Oh.
Peter Ragg's curry pump.
Ugh.
What have we created?
Created the mutant vindaloo beast. Half man, half extra Indian curry.
Okay, you go, I'll cover you.
Seriously? No.
I've never noticed the Indian music playing in the background.
Go to the new Taj Mahal restaurant.
Yeah.
Round the corner from this spaceship.
Leopard lager.
That's it. The lager with bite.
This is the first series that the Leopard lager came in.
Yeah, because they were all grey government-issued cans, weren't
Yeah.
they?
Were
Space
they?
Corps-issued cans, yeah.
I remember one of them went for like a load of money in an auction in Australia.
Did they?
Yeah.
The old Leopard lager cans.
It was touted as the last one ever.
Wow. Who knows?
Twice.
Go back to the DNA split. I've got an idea.
Wow, what a special effect that was. Phenomenal.
Pulling out all the stops there.
They were,
you
weren't
can
they?
see where the budget went, can't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Hey,
On that explosion.
that little fizz and smoke. Tell you that, mate.
Deranged half-witted computer could have made. Look, I can do it. Give me a chance.
Holly, that creature's virtually indestructible. There's only one way to beat it. Turn me into a superhuman.
Oh.
Man plus.
Are you totally insane?
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that side to it.
Has that ever been in question?
Maybe some Indian restaurant music will mollify it. Or perhaps we can make a surrender flag out of flop wallpaper.
Do you realize the chomp thing's gonna be through that door in a minute now?
Right.
I don't remember any of these.
Can you not remember this, Chris?
I remember the curry monster, obviously.
Yeah.
But Jesus. Came through that metal panel quite easily.
This was, of course, a big RoboCop thing, wasn't it? Which is
yeah.
a big movie at the time.
My nose is all scrunched up to the
Yeah.
side as well.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Kind of. I mean, kind of.
Ah. Well, getting better.
What now? We ain't got time to change him back. Let's scoot. Come on, Stumpy.
Stumpy.
Oh.
I can't keep up. I'm knackered.
That must have been the most unpleasant costume to wear.
Oh.
Wasn't it Paul, the big Scottish guy?
Yeah, it was a big Scottish guy, yeah.
Big Scottish
Yeah.
guy. There's classic line.
Hey, here it
Leopard
comes.
lager.
Way.
Yeah.
Of course, lager. The only thing that can kill a vindaloo.
What a shot this
Yeah,
was.
brilliant shot.
Whoa. Oh.
And also, there's a filmic reference there, obviously, as in the end of the Jaws movie, isn't it?
Yeah, when
Where
he
he throws the
Yeah.
compressed air canister into the shark's mouth that then shoots it.
Oh.
And we've done
Classic reference,
Casablanca.
classic reference.
And we do Die Hard and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
This guy's pure class.
Oh, it was good, though.
So it all came back to us eventually.
Yeah, we remembered it.
Remembered it.
I
Yeah.
think Bobby was the best in that one.
I think Bobby's always the best.
No.
I do. I think Bobby was the best in that one.
Well, in this series so far, it has to say Bobby Thor. After series 3,
Bashing us over
after
the head.
series 3, then they realised that you weren't that bad. They gave you a lot of work in series 4, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then series 5, they realised, well, you weren't that good.
Yeah, Bobby, we're
And then they
lumbered
cut
with
it
you.
down.
yeah, that's right. Less lines each series, yeah.
No, this is when they just started writing for you, really.
Yeah.
Crichton was really coming into his own. And jolly good you did as well,
And the tired other cast members just had to pick up the pieces.
us tired old cast members.
Welcome
Here we
to
go.
Red Dwarf Series 4.
Series 4.
DVD commentaries.
And this is
This is Justice.
Justice.
It's got the words on it.
No, it doesn't have the words now.
Words are at the end, aren't
Yeah.
Yeah.
they? Oh.
Dun,
But
dun,
who
dun,
needs
dun,
words
dun.
when
Where
you're
is
saying
he?
that?
Ah. There we go.
Justice. Bob Grant and Dougie Naylor.
Justice.
Oh, is this space flu?
Space mumps, man.
Space mumps.
Look,
Craig,
Craig's never looked
No,
so
is
good.
it?
What? Look. He's never looked so good. This guy. And that's much better.
Certainly look better.
I look like a sort of prototype for a Klingon, don't
It does, yeah. It's an early Klingon.
You look.
That's where they got the idea from, the Klingons.
Look, there's two nipples on my head.
You're nearly back to your old self. In fact, you can hardly tell you've got space mumps at all.
So when can I have a mirror?
I don't think we're quite ready for a mirror just yet, sir. Let's take it one step at a time.
I won't tell you what I just said, but it's been cut out. Right? Craig's head looked like something very
Quite
childish
awful.
and puerile, and it's been cut out.
That took a while to get that stuck
if
on,
you
didn't
want
it,
to
Craig? I
guess
remember
what
that.
I said.
Yeah, it took ages, and it took ages
Is
to
that
stick
your
the little
real
bits of
hair on
hair
the
on there.
top?
Croutons just the way you want.
I think a good job, though.
Yeah,
A very good job.
You can't see the joint.
Say unsightly, sir.
Get out of town, Crichton.
It's
Right,
going to
you
be.
could have sold your
What did
head
he
for
say? What did he
advertising
say?
space. Do you realise that? Nowadays, they'd have done that.
Yeah.
By with a word of comfort or a bunch of grapes.
Well, it's just not been possible, sir. Mr. Rimmer's been on vacation.
Vacation. The world's most charismatic man. Where did he go?
He's been on a rambling holiday.
That's going to be a.
It's really good, actually, the makeup there, isn't it? The joints, yes, it's fairly invisible.
He said he'd pop by later and show you the slides.
He didn't, did he?
He's been loading the projection carousel for
Oh,
24
Bobby, look
hours
at
now,
that.
sir.
You're looking a little bit sort of Hollywood there, boy.
Really? Really, Dan? Thanks.
Yeah.
He really finished me off.
Mask looks
The cat would
clean.
have dropped in, though.
He's been a bit preoccupied of late, what with all this pod business.
I mean, you look really good there, Bob.
My diodes and
Pity about the ham actor in the scene with you.
Screw down my diodes and call me Frank.
Now, is that on a T-shirt?
Should
Lots
be.
of phrases would be on a
Look,
T-shirt.
look, you look like it's proper Hollywood. Shaded, shadowy, and all that.
Yeah.
Look.
space crash apparently quite
Apart from the acting, Bob.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes the whole thing
no,
down.
the acting's actually the shady part. What are you talking about? Not the mask.
Oh, she's a she is.
It's just great, isn't
That
it?
is a hideous head.
Which we were looking at now?
Craig's head.
Craig's head, right?
Yeah.
Nose up a whale's nose.
Look at it.
What
Oh,
are you doing? What do you think I'm doing? There's a woman on board.
that's a great bit of.
On the cop with a head like that.
Oh, look. I mean, that is so funny.
Justice, how could this happen to me?
Justice, see the way they see the way it's
Justice.
planted in there? No justice. you
Just
see?
throw it in, you see. No one noticed that, would
How
they?
many times it said?
See what I
Oh
did there?
my God! Look at
Yeah,
that.
look at that, Dan. What has the cat brought in,
The
as they
purple,
say?
the purple plum,
What do you look like?
It's Prince.
See them in those
the purple
trousers.
pimpernel, the purple plum, the purple pillock.
How many outfits did you wear throughout the whole of Red Dwarf?
Chris, there was about 1,000, but it was the same jockstrap. That was the problem.
That was the.
She's going to be interested in you.
I was going to have an in-depth conversation with you about the outfits.
Oh,
and
sorry,
the,
Chris,
the
should we go
fashion
back?
routes
Yeah,
that it took,
oh.
but you've gone and ruined it now by mentioning the J word.
Oh,
How can I raise myself to sort of a sensible fashion conversation?
well, actually, yeah, that purple suit was a bit shocking.
Well, like me.
But then again, I said to them, I'm acting with a giant head. I need
You
something,
need something to...
special for this scene, because look, this is upstage city, this is, look.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's face it, buddy. I have a body that makes
You needed some frills.
bang, see, I needed...
Yeah, beautiful.
I put Doug against the wall, I said I need gags in this scene.
I need gags, gags,
I
give me
need gags. I went to Howard, I got him up against the wall. I need seriously colour coordinated costumes.
And a long
See?
dangly thing.
Oh, a couple of comedy heavyweights
Yeah.
brought in.
Just, you see how they came in?
Brought in
Beautiful.
to save the guy with the funny head.
Yeah.
You started the RP.
What's that then?
You simple.
The resuscitation program.
Oh!
Don't know. I'm guessing. But
She's
could be.
in there. Let's get her out. The problem with
Received pronunciation in BBC.
Pussycat Willem.
What's the hair doing in this episode then?
It's very military. It's very, very smart.
Very smart.
It's very- Look at that.
There is a
What's
bit of a
name?
tan.
What do you call it?
One of those two got
Parting.
It
Very
looks
straight
like
parting.
Craig had this big head and everybody sort of brushed up their act for this episode, does it not? Bobby's face looks kind of extra clean and shaded and all that.
And considering that
Look,
ship,
Chris looks like you got a bit much makeup on there, Chrissy boy. I sense a little bit of an over-the-top makeup job.
Do us a favour, Danny, lay off the coffee.
I think I was just in conversation with Miss Pennell and she just got carried away with the bass.
Yeah.
You stop it, Hall.
What? Oh, no. One-way process.
Well, can't we find out who's in there by
Hattie's
X-ray?
right flank there has caught up with the left one.
Yeah.
Has to survive in space, doesn't it?
Well, there must be some way of finding out.
Well, there is. All we have to do is hang around here for 24 hours. Then, if you find your limbs scattered around deep space and your neck full of saliva, you take it as read. It probably wasn't Babs.
Masterful. Mistressful.
Mistressful.
And if it's one of these bad-ass android dudes, let it eat laser.
Simulates are virtually indestructible, sir. It could easily withstand a volley of bazookoid fire at close range with only minimal damage. It would certainly survive long enough to make balloon animals out of your lure intestines.
Lure.
Hang on. Say it isn't the simulant. You can't just shoot an innocent woman into space.
What a dilemma. Inside this pod is either death or a date. Personally, I'm prepared to take the risk.
Meanwhile, the pod is defrosting and we still haven't
Very smooth
decided
delivery,
what
Bob.
to do. Holly, any ideas?
Right, here's a possibility.
Rimmer taking control.
Yeah,
taking
there
charge.
There he goes.
Driving a lot of us on.
You can imagine at the top of that page he said, "This is where I kick in."
That was your note, wasn't it, Chris?
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is where I kick in.
It's the simulant.
Woofers everywhere.
Cell and leave him to rot.
If the colony...
And see that? You see? That was written at the top of the page.
I was trying to get more syllables than one into if.
Building up the part, that's called.
Yeah.
I think the android one is punchier.
We hadn't done one
A
of
little
those
bit of
for
a
a
nod
while.
there, Dan.
To sit up here, it's warmer in the front. It helps my gunge. I can't see it.
Helps my gunge.
Getting to wear the windscreen.
Next. Now this one. We reach this beauty on the evening of the fourth day.
I love it. I love that costume you had in that, Chris.
184. Almost identical to the 179, but have you noticed the difference? See the refinement in the funnel edgings? I thought we're never going to get another chance to see one of these, so we bivouac down for the night under the fuel pump.
down.
There's a funny story about that, which I'll tell you later. But we're not going to get to any of the Class 5s unless we push along. Next.
Sir, could we take a break for a while? It appears my intelligence circuits have melted.
Well, we're not going to get through them all, Crichton, if we take a second break.
Sir, that's a gamble I'm willing to take.
I forgot that. I completely forgot that bit.
40s, the first twin...
Was that Craig's breakfast?
His head burst.
His head.
That is so disgusting.
That is
You can smell it, can't you? I don't know what it smells like.
That was Piccalilli and custard, wasn't it?
Please, shoot me in the head.
Dreadful, man. Absolutely dreadful.
That's a publicity picture. That one wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was, wasn't it?
Are you sure?
That picture.
Yeah.
That's on
Yeah.
a T-shirt.
It's been flipped on the T-shirt, though, hasn't it? The other way around.
So, yeah.
Same lighting, yeah.
Are you sure that's a publicity shot?
Oh, it is definitely.
Yeah, but I'm
I know,
there and
'cause
you're
I'm
there.
under- I'm under the armpit.
Yeah. How comes they
T-shirt.
switched you foreground and when I'm foreground?
They switched it round.
Yeah, because he's foreground.
Actually, I always remember, in later series, I always remember Danny sitting on the other... Yeah, you swapped chairs,
I'm on
didn't
the
you
other
two?
side, yeah.
Oh, look at that. I love these model shots. Bit of talcum powder, someone blowing us through a straw underneath.
Aw.
Raggy.
Oh, now, where was this shot?
What a model that was. That's the pump house
That
now
is
at
the pump house.
Shepperton.
Yeah.
Just outside
Sunbury pump house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Titanic.
I
engine.
definitely remember
This is the shoes, man. The
Yeah,
shoes.
this is
It's got to be the shoes.
There they come.
It's the shoes.
Oh, this is where we had a laugh doing this.
Such an expensive special effect, that as well, isn't it?
Boom, boom.
Oh, this is great. When they take us, watch. This was great. This was right. Pure Isle City, this was.
Yeah.
Got bigger earrings than Pat Butcher.
I'm telling you.
Tell you.
Yeah. Not as much ham, though.
Not as much, sir. She ain't got rhythm, she's got momentum, sir.
Look.
And then you hang on to
the bar. Look.
Just one more slice of ham for the top.
Dripping down into the next level. Yeah, look, here we go.
What's a mind probe?
The computer was just searching our minds.
now tell us.
Oh, is this where you go to? This is where you go to. It's Craig's court case. No, it's your court case.
Your
isn't it?
court case, you get found guilty.
Yep.
Don't worry about it, sir. It's just a routine clearance.
Didn't we film this right at the end?
Can't remember.
I hope we did, because I think didn't we film it when we'd run out of money?
Oh, it's possible.
Well, otherwise we could have done better than a set like that. Couple of zebra prints.
Yeah, the set was interesting, wasn't it?
Didn't know what it was all about.
Listy, is that a small sewage plant you're carrying in your trousers? Or do I detect you're a tad concerned?
That was in the studio. That must
Yeah, it was in the studio.
it was.
That's
It was
what-
painted.
Never so much as got a parking ticket.
So what did you do?
And look, he's got his old hat on. How did that work?
Oh, yeah.
Stealing apples, that's
You went from
Oh, a furry hat to...
furry hat to short back and sides, man.
Scrumping for cars.
Oh, there's no problem then. You've already served your punishment.
There was other things as a kid, though. Things I didn't get caught for.
Like what?
Well, there was this one time at this hotel.
Oh, lots of people take towels from hotels, sir.
I took the bed. I went to knock the window to my mate outside. I was renting this flat, you see. It was unfurnished.
You mean to say you went to a hotel and stole the bed?
Stole the entire room.
Absolutely despicable. You're a common thief.
I'm not making excuses, but everyone was doing it. I wasn't strong enough to
Go against the flow.
Yeah.
Not like to be in your boots
wasn't
right
strong
now,
enough.
buddy.
Why? What do you think's going to happen to me?
Oh, don't worry about it, sir. I'm sure they're not going to be interested in some minor misdemeanor you committed as an adolescent over 3 million years ago.
Seriously, Crichton, do you reckon?
Boy, I'm really getting the hang of this lie mode. That was totally convincing, wasn't it?
Herman Munster returns.
Yeah.
Mechanoid Crichton, clearance granted. You may go freely about the complex.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Look at that walk.
Yeah.
Hold
so
on.
natural.
Boots disappeared.
Oh, yeah.
The boots
They
disappeared.
did, didn't they?
They walked off on their own.
Hey, I hear they do good bread and water here, buddy.
The human known as Lister, despite a number of petty criminal acts, clearance granted.
Look at that. They did the A1 nasal shot.
Second-degree murder. 1,167 counts.
I thought there were only 169 people on board the
there's
ship.
always been a different number of people on the ship, isn't there?
Yeah.
Well,
in the first episode, 169 people on board the ship, and I ranked 169.
Now it's
Where
1,000.
did all these 1,000 other Johnnies come
Yeah,
from?
I know.
Well, if anyone wants to contest that, write to Craig Charles at the BBC.
Please don't. You won't get a reply.
Yeah, I wrote to Craig Charles at the BBC 19 years ago.
Did you really?
Yeah, I still haven't had a reply.
And it's still in his compost heap at home.
Resulted in the deaths of the entire crew of the Jupiter Mining Corporation vessel.
Look at that makeup.
Oh,
What
voice
voice
is that?
That is the voice of...
Graham Smiley. It must
Graham
James
Smiley.
Smiley.
James
yes.
Smiley.
I knew it was James or Graham.
Is he Smiley?
He's
Carol
not
Smiley.
Carol Smiley's brother, is he?
Smiley.
Changing spaceships.
Oh, that's some excellent escort boot walk in there, Chris.
I
Beautifully
thought
done.
so.
Lovely model, that. That's 4 squeezy bottles they used to do that.
Oh, dearie.
Eye killer. Love the suit, though.
Look, you know what? It's Papillon, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Dustin Hoffman.
Really help the centuries fly past.
Don't panic, man. We're going to get you out of here.
Why bother? I'll be up for parole in another couple of ice ages.
Look, Crichton reckon's got the right of appeal. He's trying to put a case together right now. This isn't a bad place for a prison. How come there's no locks or bars or guards?
Oh, I love this.
Yeah.
There doesn't need to be. The whole prison complex is covered by something called the justice field. I had
They
to sit
burnt
through
my
this
jacket.
tedious lecture. Apparently, it's physically impossible to commit any sort of crime here.
What do you mean?
Just try and commit a crime, you'll see.
Well, like what?
I don't know, anything. Arson. Try and set fire to those sheets.
Okay.
All right, I'm game.
Yeah, no second telling.
The crime you try and commit, the consequences happen.
Oh, yeah. It's, oh, blimey. Yeah. Ah!
Nice example, isn't it? He could have just explained that to me verbally.
It's the same with stealing, same with everything.
Just ignore it.
Yeah. Right, try it.
No.
You see, it's the perfect system. It forces the inmates to adhere to the law. Once they get out, it's become second nature.
Good news. The justice computer has sanctioned a retrial. I think we have a very strong case.
You do?
It's a question of differentiating between guilt and culpability, sir. What the mind probe detected was your own.
Now, I did have a lot to learn in this episode, and I learnt it. I'd just like to point that out. I didn't read it.
You did very well, Bobby.
A lot of speeches. It wore a groove in my kitchen floor.
So there isn't a cue card.
There's no cue cards, no.
Was this when you decided to move into Shepperton for the duration of the shoot?
So, yeah.
So you had
So I
more
was living in
time.
my little flat,
Yeah.
all alone in Sheppertonian on the telephone.
Oh, yes.
So I think, I had more time to learn, because I had a little bubby at the time, so I think it was time to get out of the night feeds and learn my lines.
With the blob, with the green blob.
With the green blob. Actually, yeah, there's some green blob, there's some pre-children.
by this point, Craig?
Pardon?
Do you have your flat in Shepperton by this point?
No, I didn't start taking a flat in Shepperton until series 7.
He wasn't allowed in yet.
I was still coming in from
The cold.
from Vauxhall.
Oh, I used to drive this in every day.
used to
didn't
drive me
I?
in,
in my old 1969 car.
Wasn't it a Morris?
A Wolseley.
Wolseley, yeah. 1800.
Yeah, whatever happened to that?
Oh, I sold it last year when
Why?
I realised I was spending more on repairs than I was on petrol.
Yes, but, you know, it's...
A piece of sputum. Isn't that marvellous?
That's the way it goes.
It's floating in the
Oh,
toilet bowl of
everyone
life.
wants it now. Nobody wanted it when I was trying to sell
what I
it.
mean?
He's like the security guard on the front. He considers himself
One time the back axle broke while we were driving in.
nuclear accident. Arnold Rimmer
Got it repaired, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
I bet you he didn't chip in. Tight.
It was his ship, ergo his fault.
Exam on no less than 13
I bet he didn't even chip in the petrol.
This sad man, this pathetic.
Did he?
man, This joke of a man.
Did he buy you lunch or anything? No.
Trust me, my whole case hinges on.
What is he on about? He just witters.
Oh, I mean, look at that. Look at that bit of garden furniture for the set.
Beautiful set.
Tie.
You got a tie on to it.
I lent that off Chris.
What's
Occupation bum.
Look at the state of that costume.
Remember, you are under polygraphic surveillance. Would you describe the accused as a friend?
No, I'd describe the accused as a git.
Lovely line,
The
that.
person who thinks of him most fondly.
I do.
And are there no others who've shared moments of intimacy with him?
Only one, but she's got a puncture.
Objection!
Would you describe him as a man with a good social life?
No, he partied less than Rudolf Hess. He was totally dedicated to his career. He was in charge of Z Shift, you see, and it occupied his every waking moment.
And what was Z Shift's most important duty?
Well, we had a lot of important duties on the ship, but I guess our most vital responsibility was making sure the vending machines didn't run out of front-size crunchy bars.
Can you ever envisage a situation where the lack of honeycomb-centered chocolate bars is the direct cause of a lethal radiation leak?
Not off the top of my head, no.
You may sit down.
I love the way you start objecting to your own defence.
Would the space corps ever have allowed this man to be in a position of authority where he might endanger the entire crew. A man so petty and small-minded, he would while away his evenings sewing name labels onto his ship-issue condom.
Oh, dear.
A man of such awesome stupidity, he even objects to his own defense counsel. An overzealous, front-up little squirt. Objection!
Overruled.
An incompetent vending machine repairman with a Napoleon complex, who commanded as much respect and affection from his fellow crew members as Long John Silver's parrot. Objection!
If you object to your own counsel...
You're slaughtering them, Bobby boy. You're slaughtering them.
Yeah, you really went off onto...
This man, this joke of a...
Perfect timing. Perfect
If
timing.
you imagine, you know, Doug's saying when he was writing this, sort of saying, yeah, this gives Bobby the chance to have a 10-minute monologue about Rimmer. I mean, what classic avenue for laughs, yeah?
Guilty of being Arnold J. Rimmer. That is his crime. It is also his punishment.
Standing ovation, that speech. It'd have to be.
Objection! Defendant will now be passed. In view of your counsel's eloquent defense, together with the reams...
Eloquent wasn't the word, sir.
Computer card, this court accepts that, in your case, the mind probe is not an adequate method of ascertaining guilt. It is not possible for you to have committed the crimes for which you blame yourself, and you may therefore go free.
Objection! What are you objecting to now?
I want an apology. Brilliant, Crichton. What can I say? You were brilliant. You even had me believing it. Well, you twisted the facts to make them fit this pattern.
Come on, let's get out of here. I don't know what made us want to come to this hellhole in the first place. I do. Can I smell perfume? I doubt it. Are you by any chance Barbara Bellini? I didn't think so.
What's going on? You missed me.
I think I caressed his pod.
Good running shot, that.
Yeah.
Oh, the boots.
So I'd forgotten that it doesn't come into the episode until right at the end.
Right at the end, no.
What's that? Him?
One of my favourite gags is it's coming up.
Is it? Do you say it?
I don't. It's all visual.
Oh.
I think they call it a pratfall.
Now entering the justice zone. Beyond this point,
Ah.
Look, when you're on screen with big-time TV, God,
in the future,
you've got to make sure your gags stick. Yeah, otherwise you get laughed out of town. Ask Craig.
In the future, the technology is so advanced they can make simulants that look like that guy from Hazel.
It's true. But he was a bit of a sex god, wasn't he?
Nick Ball, he was.
Yeah.
Terry Venables wrote the scripts, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
What, Terry Venables?
Football man.
Did he?
Yeah.
No.
Terry.
What, of Hazel?
You know.
Yeah.
You must
You're
remember.
kidding.
He devised it.
Did he?
Believe us. Please.
I don't
You know,
believe you.
Terry Venables, yeah, man. Script writer. Before that, he was an accountant.
Nightclub
He was an accountant.
Was he?
Yeah, he was an accountant.
Or did he write Budgie?
No, Hazel.
No, Hazel.
I thought he wrote Budgie.
Yeah.
No, Hazel.
Hazel.
Now, can we just move on from the
Did Hazel
conversation?
write?
I just
Was it
can't get
Hazel
over.
someone
I'm
that
going
wrote
to be
Budgie?
amazed about Terry Venables for the rest of the series. I just can't get over it.
He had a club in Kensington, didn't
I'm
he?
sure he wrote Budgie.
Underneath Barker's.
Scribes.
See, I
He wrote-
know.
Maybe he wrote both.
Scribes.
Oh, he wrote
Scribes
both,
West.
I reckon.
Come out and let's discuss it.
Where's this gag,
Hang
Daddy?
on,
Is he
Nick's giving his diva performance.
I know.
here. Oh, who? And we're all talking about Hazel, Budgie, and Terry Venables.
I know. It's not right.
Scribes West.
Well, if it wasn't for Terry
Oh, look at that,
Oh,
Craig.
look
A bit
at
mean there.
that.
Hold my calls.
Handsome, Charles.
I can't hold my calls. I can't speak to anybody.
Okay, we'll leave him.
Very Hollywood, that one.
They was writing this and they said, you know what, we need a good gag here because Craig's killing us.
Now, this was quite a painful scene for you, wasn't it, Craig, if I remember right?
No, yeah. These wax bottles, they made the bottles out of wax. They were impossible to break, and he was hitting me over the head with them, and they were remaining intact.
So he was after going bang on the head with him in the end.
All this is a setup for me gag.
Yeah.
That's what we always do for you, Dan.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
We work so
This
hard.
whole scene is a
for you to
setup
walk it
for my
for
one.
your brilliant end gag.
It's when look. Oh dear.
Imminent death.
I love that. I lied twice.
Ow!
What the smack is going on?
It's coming to me really slow, isn't it? I've had the whole conversation. I've had my jacket burned and I still haven't got it.
Come on then.
Yo, matey, hit me on the head with this.
Function does not compute.
Ow. Oh, that did hurt. I remember that. I
See,
remember
that's
watching
weird
that. Yeah.
because, see, in this series, in this show, it's kind of hurting him, but in real life, it's hurting you.
Yeah.
Wow, what a twist.
Where'd you get all those things from, anyway?
You know,
Those little wax bottles that are
those
lying
wax bottles,
around.
they're always lying around. Whenever you
Oh,
find
yeah.
a disused spaceship, there's a load of.
I just don't know why I threw my metal bar
here it
away to
comes.
hand them a wax bottle.
Here he comes.
Stolen,
yeah.
stolen treasure. Watch.
Hey.
Stolen treasure. Stolen treasure. Stolen treasure.
Well, just as long as me and Nick can set it up for you, we were just happy with
all
that.
that effort, all that pain you went through, so that
yeah.
Dan could get a really brilliant
There's
gag
no
at the end.
mattress
Stolen
behind
treasure,
you.
Chris.
That's a good end gag,
It's
though.
like rubbing the blind.
Danny, you were brilliant.
That's what all religion's about. I mean, they accept life as being basically unfair. They promise that everyone will get their just desserts later, heaven, hell, karma.
Old Pomfrey had fun with the gels.
He
didn't
loved his shells, didn't he?
That penal colony. They tried to bring some order to the universe.
Blue and red.
Very fast moving shot. This.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, it's
You can see us trying to keep in,
There's
you know,
some
on
poor
lens.
bloke running backwards, isn't there, in this? Must be.
Yeah.
Quite fast.
Good people is the way it's got to be. Life by its very
One whole long shot, you notice, if you're technical. Whoops.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
It's cold outside, there's no kind of atmosphere. We're all alone, more or less. Let me cry, far away from here. Fun, fun, fun. Sun, sun, sun. I'd like to die shipwrecked and comatose. Refreshed, mango juice. Goldfish shoals nibbling at my toes. Fun, fun, fun. In the sun, sun, sun. Fun, fun, fun. Sun, sun, sun. Dan, 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 dan. Dan, 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 dan.
So that's why you all act.
Welcome to Red Dwarf Series 4
Series
DVD
4.
commentary.
Oh.
White Hole is the name of this episode.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
And,
Well, Holly gets her IQ increased,
Oh, she does. She gets all clever.
and I get to play pool with planets.
Yeah, I get a new hairstyle.
And David Ross is the Talkie Toaster. Remember him as Crichton in
That's
Series
right.
2.
Crichton, he played the original Crichton,
That's
David Ross.
right.
And a lot of people say original and better.
Yeah. No.
Let's face it,
You know what?
To be fair, when he did come in to play Talkie Toaster during Whitehall, we did all start wondering how it could have been, didn't we?
Yeah, but you know what?
How good it could have been.
Robert was very ratty when Rossi was
very-
in
Do
there.
you remember, David,
very
when we were sitting around
Robert was very ratty.
the dressing room? No, the green room, and he goes, "Are you legit?" Were you there then? Are you legit?
Yes,
Meaning,
that was...
yeah.
Oh, who
meaning-
said that? Who said that? David Ross,
Ross.
did he?
Are you legit? Meaning, had you been to drama
Have you
school
been-
or not?
I were.
And we all go, "No, we're not legit." Well, of course, David was.
Yes.
I haven't engaged your verbal systems.
I like these shots. They're great.
Oh, I love. Oh, there's that.
Yeah,
this is
distortion,
that
isn't it?
buns, baps,
Yeah, yeah.
bagels
Yeah.
thing here and this.
Lots of bread in this
See, look,
one.
Bobby Llewellyn's kicking bottom here, boy. I tell you.
Well, I've read all the documentation, sir. He's simply a talking alarm clock who provides his owner with early morning toast and light conversation.
Not this one. This one's mental.
Sir?
He's defective. He wants everyone to eat toast all of the time. He's obsessed with it. And if you don't want to eat like 400
bread.
Was this the bread era?
No, it's way after bread.
Is this way after bread?
Yeah.
I'm not so sure.
Toast and baps.
That explains why he was down in the garbage hole in 3,000 separate pieces.
And nothing. He always just howdy-doodly-doo.
Didn't Rob and Doug write a bread gag?
There's loads of bread products named in the scene.
They must have been looking up. They must have looked up the Baker's Gazette.
Yeah.
Where'd you get all those
This
gags?
list, I want to hear this list of bread products.
Tucky's the name, toasting's the game. Anyone like any toast?
Look, I don't want any toast, and he doesn't want any toast. In fact, no
I
one
want a
around here
shave.
wants any toast. Not now, not ever. No toast.
How about a muffin?
Or muffins. We don't like muffins.
It's a bit
round
unlikely
here.
that you wouldn't want any toast, though.
I'm more of a curry man. One second.
Or bagels, no croissants, no crumpets.
Probably have curry on toast, wouldn't you?
No hot cross buns, and definitely no Smeggin flapjacks.
Right, I told him.
Ah, so you're a waffle man.
See, that could be a T-shirt. I'm a waffle
I'm
man.
a waffle man.
If you'll allow me, sir, as one mechanical to another, he'll understand.
Oh, then I've got to span
Look at
it
her
out now.
bobbies.
See, doing something.
You will not offer any grilled bread products to any member of the crew.
Bobby's firing, boy. Hey? Hey?
Oh, you're really angry there, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. He said, what? Russie? Exhaust fumes, mate.
Did you hear what I just said? Yes, but I thought you might have changed your mind in the meantime. You see,
Look,
They must have a real talkie toaster by now, mustn't
There
they?
should be one, yeah.
There must be one. Just goes,
two
would you like any
Crichtons
toast?
head to head, eh?
Your toast is ready, sir.
That's
Yeah,
the one
there
we
must
wanted to
be.
see.
Toast, why did you repair me?
Yeah, why did you repair him?
He's a guinea pig for a technique called intelligence compression. His AI chips are very badly damaged in the accident.
Well, that was no accident. That was first-degree toaster side.
Routing his circuitry and channeling all his runtime through a single CPU.
CPU, that's the central processing unit for
Oh,
people
yeah.
who are.
Thank you, Bobby.
I just thought I'd
Bobby,
tell you
listen,
that.
you've been hanging out with all these scientists. You're really becoming boring, isn't it?
The thing about it is
He
they're not-
always knows so
They're not
much
just
now.
letters to Bobby. They're not just letters to him.
No,
They mean
no,
something.
they
to
mean
him.
something to me.
That's why he has such a richness in the tapestry of his performance.
Yeah. Cool
No, I do remember sitting there for hours doing this scene.
is
This
this
took us
where I
a
have to
long
bang my
time.
head on the
Yeah.
screen?
Banging a head on the screen is going to be an improvement. Computer senility. It's such a weird condition.
I know. I had a mechanoid friend once who suffered from this same affliction. His name was Gilbert, but he preferred it if people called him Ramesses Niblick III. Kerplunk, kerplunk, whoops, where's my thribble? A sad case.
Well, if you ask me, the Eskimos had the right idea. They knew how to
I've had an email from someone who's called Ramesses Niblick III, Kaplunk, Kaplunk, where's my flibble, at hotmail.com.
Sad. You see? You launched 1,000 saddos. Didn't you?
No, that was his
You
name.
did.
It was just coincidence.
Yeah, it's just coincidence.
I mean, you've got to have a hobby. What's wrong with fishing?
Was he suing you for using his name?
Yeah, I think he probably would
without
have
his
been, yeah.
permission. Yeah.
Anything. Invent a hyperdrive, get us back to Earth.
If Earth still exists, and if it does, it's very...
Big screwdriver, Bobby.
I need a big tool.
I thought he was playing the drums.
No, I'm trying to fix Holly's central processor unit.
Oh, right.
It's quite big,
Oh,
obviously.
thank you very much.
One
Yeah.
of Napoleon's marshals.
Ah.
A chance to march across Europe with the greatest general of all time.
By looking into the mid-distance action.
Yes.
That H is really shining.
Well, if I could go anywhere, absolutely anywhere at all in time, I think I'd probably choose to go back to a week last Tuesday. What?
Very hot.
Don't you remember? I did all the laundry, and then we watched TV. Wow, we won't see the like of those sort of days again.
How long now?
Nearly there, Hall. Just a couple of minutes to load the circuits, and I don't know, maybe a minute to finalize the connection.
That's just 3 minutes then. Better get down to the science room.
We better pray to God this works.
You're looking very handsome in that shot, Don. Dan.
Well,
Don. Don. Have you ever met Don? He was in the show.
Don,
Great.
yeah.
Don Warrington.
Donny John Jules.
Don Warrington.
Don, this is Herbert. Herbert, this is Don.
Yeah. Don Perignon, yeah?
Don Juan.
Wow. Look, you can see where the budget goes,
Yeah,
can't
doesn't
you?
it? All
Look
goes
at
into
that.
that.
Look at that.
Those sparks took
lines.
hours.
Yeah, we could have done a movie
New
with-
IQ
with-
rating,
with,
68.
Stuff like that.
That's quite high, isn't it?
368. Ah, 2,000. 12,000.
Strike a light. I'm a genius again. I know everything. Metaphysics, philosophy...
And you've been the barbers?
Ask me a question. Any question, I'll answer it.
Any question?
Yes.
How to break the speed of light? How to marry quantum mechanics and classical physics? Any
That's
question
easy.
at all? Truly anything, and you will answer?
Yes.
Okay, here's my question.
Would you like some?
Would you like some toast?
No, thank you.
Amazing, a toaster becomes the star of the show.
Yeah. It's great, isn't it, eh? Gets a lot of close-ups, you see.
He gets loads of close-ups.
Unbelievable.
Does that happen when you're legit?
Yeah. When you're legit, sir.
Did Talkie...
Did he really ask that? I don't remember.
He was really,
Hold on.
you know.
Did
he was
Talkie
really
Toaster
it.
get his own T-shirt?
We'll let him off.
Ah, he might have done.
Did Talkie
I think you
Toaster
can
get
get
a
Talkie
t-shirt?
Toaster t-shirt, yeah.
You did, yeah.
Oh, God, how depressing.
No, I would not like a crumpet.
But was that T-shirt based on the Lenahan Talkie Toaster?
Ah, did John Lennon do the first voice of Talkie
He was the
Toaster?
first Talkie
Was
Toaster,
he?
yeah.
Yeah.
See, he was
Kept
probably
doing
very bitter
magic
now,
tricks.
John, when he watched this. He was probably very upset, wasn't he?
He was very upset, probably.
Somehow I doubt it, don't you? Somehow I doubt it, sir. He just found a different way to the summit, sir. Talkie Toaster.
One-dimensional bread-obsessed
Classic.
electrical appliance.
I apologise, Toaster. What's the question?
The question is this.
Oh, God.
Given that God is infinite, and that the universe is also infinite, would you like a toasted tea cake?
That's another bready question.
It's not just bready, it's quite currenty, too.
Current affairs.
It's wholly unbready and not even slightly currenty.
Okay. Why have you got an IQ of 12,000 when it was supposed to return and level out at 6?
Good question. There was a miscalculation. My IQ has doubled, but my life expectancy has been exponentially reduced.
So what is your life expectancy? 345 years? Well, it's better than a kick in the bread tray.
What's the decimal point?
You have only 3.41 years left to live?
That's not years, that's minutes. 3.41 minutes.
Well, here's my next question. What the smeg are you going to do?
In order to conserve my remaining run time, I'm going to switch myself off.
You've gone from 345 to 341.
Well, 4 minutes have gone in that time.
Oh,
I was
yeah, of course.
talking.
Yeah,
That was the
God.
logic. Wasn't a mistake, you know.
No, it's all worked out carefully.
Minute a page, Bob.
I know, minute a page,
Minute a
absolutely
page,
right.
Bobby.
That was a couple of pages,
You don't have to
actually.
be a Bachelor of Science to
You
work that
don't,
one out.
you don't. No, you don't.
Oh, I love this bit.
Can anyone hear anything?
No?
Precisely. No one can hear anything. And you know why we can't hear anything?
Why?
Because there are no sounds to hear.
Crichton, isn't it round about this time of year that your head goes back to the lab for which you...
No, he's right. There's no sounds because the engines are dead. We've lost all power.
My fingers are starting to really burn.
I bet they were, yeah.
Even the doors.
We've got to get to the science room. Find out what
Oh, is this hitting your head with
Yes.
the balls? Oh, that was brilliant. I like that.
We laser our way through. An excellent suggestion, with just two minor drawbacks. One,
We don't have a power source for the lasers, and two, we don't have any lasers.
Look, they're only interior
Thing
doors.
like that stop you.
When's Robbie Rocket Pants?
I think he does appear in this episode.
Robbie
Rocket
Rocket Pants.
Oh, that's
Is
great.
Rocky Robert?
Oh, I
is
like
that in this
this.
one? I'm not sure.
I like headbutting you through the doors.
Yeah.
Ramrodding you through the doors, or whatever it is.
You can't be serious.
Oh, that classic line. Do you remember that?
Yeah, no.
Thank you, Susan.
You okay, man?
I'm fine, thank you, Susan.
It doesn't make sense. Holly seems to have offlined and powered down the ship.
But why? Why would you want to turn herself off?
You can soon find out. Crichton, boot her up. Try it again.
Go away.
What's going on?
Hey, did you used to have a ball cap on in this or something?
Oh, shut up.
No, did you though? Did you do it first with a ball
I
cap?
don't remember that.
I don't remember it now.
No, they tried it in makeup.
Ah, right. So you never.
Trying to make me
tried
look intelligent, yeah.
By making you bald.
Yeah, bald cap and little round glasses.
Because all the clever women I know are completely
They're
bald.
completely bald.
Yeah, yeah.
They decided against it. She looked a bit too much like Crichton.
So I just thought, just that little funny little quiff was enough, really. In that I looked naturally intelligent anyway, so you didn't need that much messing about with.
So they went for the Tintin look.
Yeah.
It's more Annie Lennox, isn't it? Quite severe, austere.
Almost austere.
And slightly out of,
like Rimmer's
slightly out
mother.
of tune.
Some people thought her cold, you know, in this part. The premise that I'm about to expire in just under 2 minutes. Understand, moose brain? Any further questions? Take your time. 1 minute 30 and counting. No rush.
My God, that's terrible. Haven't we just switched you off?
Oh, I don't know. Let me see now.
Get her off, man! Get her
A lot
off!
more sarcastic as a...
That was very sarcastic.
Where does this leave us?
Leaves us floating aimlessly in space, with no navigation and a rapidly diminishing emergency power supply. It leaves us galloping up Diarrhea Drive without a saddle.
So how come Grand Canyon nostrils are still here?
River hasn't been wiped. Holly must have linked him up to the emergency power supply.
That's just as well.
Isn't that an enormous drain?
Yes, but if we switch off his projection unit, we wouldn't have enough emergency power to reinitialize him. Mr. Rimmer would be effectively dead.
Hey, things are looking up all right.
Forget it. Whatever it is you're suggesting, forget it.
But the entire ship is running on...
This is the one that Paul Jackson directed, isn't it?
That's absolutely
yeah.
right.
That's it.
On the day.
He did.
And
Because-
of all the
Ed
days that
wasn't
Danny
well.
or Donny chose to be late.
Yes. No, don't you remember
That
what
was that
happened?
scene earlier on, wasn't it, when we were all sitting around?
I came steaming into the studio, and there was Paul Jackson with, you know, the braces. He was rolling up his sleeves, and
Absolutely.
I thought,
And can anybody remember why Paul Jackson directed this?
Yes, I
yes,
can.
because Ed
By
had
was
a-
ill.
No, Ed
I
By
think-
was Ed
No,
Ruby
he
was
had-
having her baby.
Was having
No,
a
he
baby.
had the
No.
runs.
No,
He had
no.
the runs.
No, she was giving birth to her child.
No,
No.
no.
he was sick.
No, that was...
He was sick.
Yeah, I know. Oh, was he?
He was sick.
Not according to this guide to series 4
No, he had-
for
no,
the
no.
artists in their commentary
No,
recording.
it
Taken ill on the day of the shoot.
He
Yeah.
was
Taken
taken
ill.
ill.
Taken
Yeah.
ill.
Shoot,
Right.
no.
Paul Jackson
Paul
was
Jackson
called
stepped
in.
in.
Paul hadn't directed for 7 years.
Yeah.
And
He was very good. The crew
I
worked very
came
well,
late.
didn't
I walked in, there's Paul in the studio, rolling up his sleeves.
And we all going, oh
Someone
my
said,
God.
Paul's directing. I thought they was joking. I walked in and Paul's rolling up his sleeves. He says, isn't it great, eh? You know, here I directed for 7 years. And he goes, you know, you can really count on your friends to help you out there. What was it? Dead cow in the road? That's what he said to me.
And was it?
Well, I remember all the crew, all the crew that we'd been working together quite a long time, but they were members of the crew.
We
Crew
never met
doubled.
half of these people. The crew doubled.
Yeah.
We'd never seen half of them before.
yeah.
Those men knocking
Who's
nails
he?
in with their heads.
Who's he? Oh, well, he works here. I said, we've never seen him before.
I could get a light up here, Governor.
Do you remember that? Do you remember the sound man was walking across the top of the set?
Yeah.
With the boom.
Really dangerous. There was one of the electricians.
Risking life
Said,
and limb.
I haven't got a connector for this. I'll put both ends in my mouth. That'll join it together.
Yeah.
He'd do anything for Paul.
Amazing. You've never seen so many people that worked on Red Dwarf actually on the set. Amazing. Who's that? Oh, she's from the BBC. She's just come down for a little look around.
Was our own resourcefulness.
My God, it's worse than I thought.
We were
We
good,
missed a
though.
whole
We were
thing in
good,
the
though.
episode there,
We
to
were
be
good
fair.
in this one, eh?
We were good. We had to be.
We had to be. Oh, God, this was my 11 taker.
Come on, you're slowing down.
Do you remember?
Oh,
Yeah,
You were
and I'm-
sweating.
and I'm
He was
cycling.
sweating. I did 11 takes on this.
He can't get his
On
smegging
purpose.
lines right, and I'm cycling for hours. I'm starting to think, hang on a minute, you're doing this deliberately, Dan.
Come on, keep pumping.
Not as bad as the
What
one
bit
that.
did you get wrong
I don't know
there?
if it was series
Eh?
2 where you had
What
to
did you
jog,
get
or
wrong?
series
What bit
1
did I
where you
get
had to
wrong?
jog on the
All of
spot.
it.
I get mine
That's
wrong.
right, yeah, series 1.
Why was this so
And you
complicated?
kept wobbling all over the set like that towards the end.
I'm finished. Finished.
So what are you saying? We're back on the cold beans again?
Oh, not more
What was so
beans, man.
complicated?
Look at him sweating, look.
It's like the inside of a packet of dry roasted peanuts.
He had to do that 11 times. I was laughing. Not at the time, afterwards I was.
Electric. Every on the smegging ship's electric, man.
Actually, this is in one of the Smeg-ups, isn't it?
Could be, yeah.
This is in one of the Smeg-ups, this scene.
Little I know. I just plug things
Yeah.
in the walls and press the on button. I don't even know how to make oxygen. All I know is it's got something.
Because there's usually those difficult shots where someone is doing something like cycling like this. That Ed By used to walk up and sort of say, I want to do this on one shot, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. The old fingers covered out.
Exactly.
Just one camera
One
here
camera
for
there,
the
yeah.
whole take. So we
Oh,
kind
I
of.
liked how he used to do that, make a little
Yeah.
shape of a telly with his
And then he'd
fingers.
say 3 days before the rehearsals, Danny, we've got to get these lines down.
Yeah. Well, he'd always walk past me and go, be good if we got off the book, Bobby. That was his little line he'd just whispered to me as he walked past.
I never used to take no notice of him when he said get off the book, because I just look at Robert.
Within 8 hours.
Craig always looked like he didn't know what the episode was about, and then he'd be word perfect on the
Absolutely
day.
word perfect, yeah.
Yeah, because he'd stay up all night just to make us look bad.
Yeah, I reckon he's got a mic with chip behind his ear and just.
Now I remember doing this one, Chris.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Now that's a new special effect,
That was
surely.
very good. I think it is, yeah.
Woo! Now, how did they do that?
That was clever. I just put on a lot of weight. I had to have a big, heavy lunch.
I think it came from outside the ship. Look, is there any way we can get a damage report? What's going on?
Why are you speaking so quickly, sir?
I'm not speaking quickly, I'm speaking perfectly normally. It's you. You're speaking too slowly. It's like having a conversation with Paul Robeson on dope.
That is a classic line.
What a strange one to put in.
What about from over here?
You sound very peculiar indeed, sir. In fact, you sound as if you're speaking in slow motion.
And now?
Normal. Curious. It's as though we're experiencing relative time dilation in an amazingly compressed space.
That's exactly what
That's
I
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I thought, in an amazingly compressed space. You're a mind reader, Crichton.
We should go up to the science room and consult Holly. It's only 2 floors up.
But she's got less than 2 minutes of runtime left.
With her new IQ, it could be enough.
So,
swirly thing. The swirly thing in
this
space.
was the last thing that Paul must have directed then.
Yeah, we think so, yeah.
This is legendary.
Wow.
This is legendary, this show then.
Yeah.
Equal and opposite reaction.
Wouldn't quite go that
Oh,
far.
I would. I'd go further. I'd say it's classically legendary.
That was quite smart to step in like that on the day.
I like that. The costume, in fact, all the costumes of everybody, I prefer in this series. I think they're really good. Yours is great. I look all right. Chris looks fantastic.
Chris looks very green.
Didn't you have braces underneath those? And they used to snap, and every time you had to sit down or get up, you were in quite a lot of pain, I think, Chris.
Clips would ping you in the face.
They weren't elasticated.
Oh, this is all clever. It's like all time dilation stuff, remember?
Yeah.
Time phenomena on board.
What time phenomenon?
Yes.
Like just then, when time repeated itself.
Oh, this was another complicated
So
one.
what is it?
Only joking.
So what is it?
Okay, so it's decided then.
That was an in-joke, that, Bobby.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I missed the discussion.
We all did. Time is occurring in random pockets.
Random.
Laws of causality.
I found this one so difficult
It was
to get my head
very
around.
difficult, yeah.
And Paul had only just arrived.
Yeah, so he didn't know what the hell was going on.
So he was no help either.
Before, sir.
Only joking.
And that one. Since we're no longer affected by the laws of causality, we can override these time jumps if we concentrate.
Look, the only way out of this is to consult Holly.
I'll go with that.
It gets my vote.
Okay, so it's decided then. We consult Holly.
I think we
No, this wasn't done with cutting, was it? You did the whole scene,
No,
keep
we were doing it,
repeating.
yeah.
So you kept repeating it over and over again.
She only has 2 minutes left. Perhaps I should talk to her.
Leave this to me. White hole spewing time, engines dead, air supply low, advice please.
Excuse me?
White hole spewing time, engines dead.
I
air
can't
supply-
understand a word you're saying.
White
Yes.
hole
Right.
spewing
Yes.
time,
With you.
engines dead,
Oh.
air supply low. Advice please.
Right.
It's a computer slug. From the format, it looks like it's compatible with Starbug's Navicom.
Well, there you go.
And
Thank
a
goodness.
Macintosh laptop.
Exactly the
Yeah.
right
That's what you
person
get
to
when you
know
have an
that.
high IQ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A white hole.
Every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Oh, starers.
You should be getting something now, sir.
Yeah.
It's the most
Oh, what's
audacious piece
what's
of
that then? Is that the?
investigation in the industry.
Oh no, that's this is in the back of the
I
Starbug,
don't
isn't it? Yeah.
understand.
It's quite straightforward, sir. Starbug is going to fire a thermonuclear device into this sun here, creating a solar flare which is going to knock that planet out of orbit and send it rocketing across space.
Now, is this on some sort of game machine yet?
When was this series transmitted?
I would say 93. I'm guessing early
No,
93.
before that.
Was it?
91.
Oh, 91, 92. Well, it might have been transmitted 92 though.
Don't know.
I can't remember.
Do you know what? In
91.
90 I just met my
Your new.
future wife there.
Oh dear.
So I probably wasn't sitting down to watch TV a lot.
That's the lad.
So what were you doing then? What were you doing then, Chris? Were you
I was going out
talking?
to evenings and
Didn't you meet at a
showing
bus
Harry's
stop?
cars.
lovely
He
meals.
was going. He was
You meet
spending.
at a bus stop. Which I find incredible. It was 6 cars and you met your wife at a bus stop.
That's right.
How did that happen?
And then
So the point I'm making is now, in many ways, I'm seeing it for the first time.
Right, I see. Because you wouldn't have watched it when it went out.
So you haven't got a telly in the bedroom?
Well, it went out at
probably
9 o'clock, didn't it? 10
On an early part of a
Nice.
relationship, probably having... If you're in an early part of a burgeoning relationship, probably not a good idea to run a TV series that you're in the bedroom while
In
you
the
go,
bedroom.
darling, come and lie
While
next
you're
to
trying
me
to cop
and
off.
watch this.
You don't want to ruin the evening by
Right.
suddenly saying at the Nets Club or something, oh, let's get back and watch Red Wolf. It might have sort of ruined the atmosphere a bit, so...
On one hand, we have a computer with an IQ in excess of 12,000 who has a total...
Particularly a series where most of the time I've been spending doing the plot.
Yes.
Saying, Chris, what are you talking about?
To whom do we entrust our lives?
Here we
Didn't
go.
you go up to her and say, hello, I'm on the telly?
That wasn't my first line, actually, no.
So what did you
That's
say?
the vote between Lister and...
What did you say? I'm curious.
Right, innit?
What did you say to a girl at the bus
I
stop?
knew she wasn't an avid fan. I knew she
What
wasn't a
bus are
member
you
of the Red
waiting
Dwarf fan club because she said to me, "Are you Holly?" I thought, "Hold, you got the whole bit right."
Your dress sense. Couldn't put my cross.
They were both interested in the study of bus timetables.
Oh,
No, only I was.
do you know what time the 52 comes?
After 51?
All right, enough of me and my...
Private life.
A living human outranks...
Wow.
I'm sorry.
3 wants a me. Let's do it.
Congratulations, Crichton. Your vote has just killed everyone.
Will you relax? I've seen Gerbil Face play down in the recreation room. He's a diva. He can knock those stripy balls around the table all night long. And I tell you what, I've never once seen him lose a single ball down one of those holes.
Too deep for them, Bobby.
Yeah.
They started laughing at that one on the way home.
Ah, there's the old white hole there. Beautiful.
Lovely swirly things in space there.
Swirly.
Oh, dear.
How many of those are you going to drink? You don't have to talk. Game on.
Oh, this is the pish line, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not fish.
I'm not going to get blasted, Rimmer. Just nicely drunk.
Define nicely drunk. Is nicely drunk horizontal or perpendicular?
Rimmer, I can handle it.
I'm not sure I can.
Leopard lager.
It's an easier shot if we were over here.
But that's right in the orbital path of the planet.
Have you said pissed yet?
We're going to get a planet.
Dunno.
No, not yet.
Pish.
Mish.
Oh, Mish.
I'm not going to mish.
You said mish. I'm not going to mish, you said. You've only had 2 cans and you're steaming.
I know what I'm doing. I am not pished.
Just widen you up.
Got a bit of movie music.
Yeah, what's this?
Oh,
This
the old black
Steve
and white.
McQueen, isn't it?
Siggy in the ear, classic shot.
Or is it Paul Newman? Steve McQueen, isn't it?
It is. Oh, it's
Paul
one-
Newman.
Paul
Paul
Newman.
Newman.
Money.
Steve McQueen, you'd
What,
have been over that
Cincinnati?
table on a motorbike.
Yeah. Pool cue fits very nicely in your cleft chin there. Very good. Very good.
I thought you said double chin for a minute.
I have a little egg catcher in my chin there.
Yeah.
Little yolk disturber. I do a little bit of ballet now because I'm like that sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm in touch with my feminine side.
What the smeg is going on?
Trick shot, mate. Trick shot. Where did the music come from?
Yeah.
And got.
Surely.
Here you go. He's stealing the Riviera.
King of the Qs, Prince of the Planet Potters.
Here, what's going on? Where are we? What happened to that plan to make me brilliant again?
Of course. Blocking up the white hole has eradicated its influence. The time it spewed into the universe...
There could be a little bit of reading going on there, I think.
I think there might be, sir. What worries me is in a later episode, if this has all been wiped from our memories, how can I
Yeah.
say that I played pool with planets?
Yes.
You see,
When do you say that?
continuity
Will you say that
problems.
for some other episode?
No, at the end
Yeah,
of
I
this, we don't know
do.
any of this
In
is
the
happening, do we?
Demons and Angels.
That's right, yeah.
Demons and Angels.
Ah.
I never thought I'd taste an edible pot noodle.
Yeah.
Memory of these events, which of course never happened. As these events never happened, we'll have no memory of them. In which case,
Aha.
He just gave the answer.
Drum
there.
roll, drum roll.
saying that you are the most obnoxious, trumped up, farty little smeghead.
Oh dear.
Yeah, good at that one.
I haven't seen that in, well,
No,
probably
long
since
time.
it came
Yeah,
out.
I don't think I have.
I
no.
think those. Well done, Paul Jacko.
Yeah. Does it actually give him a credit? We'll have to see.
I don't think so. I think it just
Hold on.
goes to Ed.
Didn't Paul get the credit for that then?
No, I don't think he
I
did.
know, isn't it?
Remember Rocket?
I do remember
Cameron,
Rocket.
yeah.
Do you remember when he used to turn up in his Volvo estate with his marching music on? His had incredibly loud
Do you know
sort of
why he
military
was-
marching music playing
Do
in
you
his
know why he
Volvo.
was called Rocket? They was doing this shot of a rocket taking off, and he missed the shot.
Did he?
What, a real rocket?
They were there all day,
Right.
yeah.
They used to have a big glory. They used to go off to the OBs.
Yeah, telegenics.
And he was
wasn't it?
practicing. He was practicing the shot. Apparently, he was practicing the shot.
And he missed the real
practicing
thing.
The real
Oh.
rocket went off, and he missed it.
Oh, wow.
Produced by by. Oh, Jacko didn't even. He didn't. He was that much of a gentleman. He didn't take a credit.
Didn't even take a credit.
Hello, this
Here
is
we
Red
are.
Dwarf 4 still, if you're still watching us here. This is Dimension Jump. And we are all still here.
We're
the
still all
cast.
here. Yes.
Yeah, we're all here still.
Chris is
We're all
here still.
still
Craig,
here.
Robert, Danny,
Donny.
Hattie. Donny, sorry.
Donny, Herbert, Cliff.
Donny Brasco.
I've only got one opportunity to do it, and I've missed it on this
Oh.
particular episode.
All right.
I've got must remember to do it in Meltdown, the credits.
All right.
Next time.
Oh, in
Okay,
Meltdown.
do it next time. Do
Yeah,
it next
because
time.
that's
I'll
when there's
ask
most.
about one of the
Do
clips.
them all, because that's when there's the most.
No, what? What are you talking about?
Dimension jump. Now, what happens here?
I don't know.
I can't remember this. I don't remember that opening.
Oh,
remember this opening. I remember
that's
this.
right. This is where the young Rimmer's hanging upside down.
Oh, little
There's Rimmer's mum.
Oh, he's so
This is Ace Rimmer, isn't it? Dimension Jump.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, it's Ace Rimmer.
Ace Rimmer.
Ace
What are we
Rimmer.
saying? We should know this.
Oh, he's so
There we go.
sweet, this little Rimmer.
Bonehead.
Yes, Mother. You just haven't been getting the marks we think you're capable
And
of.
that's the mother that everybody's had, apparently.
Callie Greenwood.
Yeah.
Callie,
And
yeah.
Simon Gaffney, you bumped
Simon
into
the young
him.
Rimmer, yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Gaffney was back.
Oh.
Did he look like that still? I mean,
We've
bit
got a
older.
Hattie, and we had a Hetty.
Yeah.
Hetty Baines was the cockpit computer for Ace Rimmer.
Oh, is she Beans?
Hattie and Hetty.
It was a confusing day.
It was a very
Simon.
confusing day.
It was such a shame we haven't got a swing. Then they said they could make one. But I didn't realise they was going to make one out of me.
Poor little lad hanging upside down like that.
Oh. Was he really hanging upside
Yeah,
down?
he was. And his cat was glued on, poor kid. Took him hours to get that off.
No wonder he
When you're playing the
gave
part
up
of a man
acting.
called Rimmer, you've got to get used to that sort of.
Rimsey.
You realise how
Probably
important this is?
traumatised him.
This decision could completely alter the
Aw.
whole course of your life.
What did he look like when you saw him again?
He looks like a. He was
Here he is.
late 20s,
Would
early
you
30s.
recognise him?
No, I wouldn't have recognised him at all. Is that Ace there?
There's Ace.
Ace.
Space Corps test base. Ah.
Ooh.
Look at that walk. Look at that
Hey.
walk. And we've got to check the hair.
Top
Look at
Gun.
the hair.
That's more Pierce than Brosnan, that, isn't it?
It is.
Look at the state.
I'm my Uncle Hugo. I am. I look like my Uncle Hugo.
You look like one of those guys who go to dodgy cinemas with no fire escapes.
How you and your boys down on engineering got that crate to break the light barrier, I'll never know.
Well, some people might say it's that devilishly brave and handsome guy in the cockpit that did it.
Dish per sure
Nonsense.
Twit can hug the event horizon of a black hole, then
State
loop to
of
loop
him.
round a spinning singularity at twice the speed of light, then slam the engines into reverse and blast out of an imploding nebula.
Breath.
Oh, dear. Breath. Speaking of here.
Beautiful.
Sickening, Chris. It's sickening. It really is.
Good God, no. Heroes welcomes with 21 gun salutes in front of the entire Admiralty. Send me to the land of nod spanners. Boys, as per usual. See you there at 1900.
See you later, Ace.
Oh, dear.
Hey.
It's just gushing and oozing. What a guy. What a guy.
Bless you, Padre. How's little Tommy?
He's pulled through. Be on his feet in no time, thanks to you. Sitting by his bedside day after day, night after night, holding his hand, reading him stories.
You know me, Chaplain. Any old excuse to get out of dinner with the Admiral.
Look at that laugh. That's brilliant.
Where were you from? What accent's that?
It's kind of a West Indian one.
African? No.
No, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
What a guy.
What a
What a
guy.
lovely old man he was.
They don't come like that.
It's the sex siren.
Look,
What are you doing lunchtime?
you know who he reminds me of? You remind me of Hazel O'Connor.
Oh.
Do you remember her?
Yeah, I like Lady Hazel O'Connor. I resign.
I'll be there at 1300.
Now I said,
Oh,
what
this
a
is
guy,
dodgy
but for
geezer.
some
Dodgy
reason-
geezer.
This is another of your...
Oh, God, Rob. Oh, dear.
You want to see me bongo?
Dimension theory.
Look.
Bongo.
Oh, God.
Infinite number of parallel universes where
This
every
is
possibility
just
exists.
terrible.
It's along those lines, yeah. The basic tenet states.
Did your nephew come to this recording
Look,
as well?
watch
No, I don't think he did,
Disappointed
no.
to see your
Watch.
face.
This is the classic part when he looks back down at the paper and starts writing quickly. Watch.
Speed of reality.
Those boffins have hammered together a crate that can cross dimensions? When do I launch?
It's a one-way ticket, Ace. There's no coming back.
I'm free at 1500.
You do realize this is a prototype. There's no way of knowing if it'll even get there.
Where's there exactly?
You'll be transported to an alternative reality. A reality where there's another Arnold Rimmer. Some decision was made at some
You
point.
look very dodgy, Bob.
That hair is
It's very dodgy.
Very dodgy.
It's the eyebrows.
Yeah.
Quite a caper.
I'm a test pilot in the Space Corps, Bongo. It's my job to do it.
So funny.
I know this probably won't interest you, but I'd hate myself for the rest of my life if I didn't at least suggest.
Suggest what?
Excruciating.
If you're interested,
Look.
I'll be in my quarters at lunchtime, covered in Tarama Salata.
Right.
It isn't Ace. Been happily married for 35 years. Just a chap like you can turn a guy's head.
I'm sorry, Bongo. Lunch is on Melly.
Would it make any difference if it was hummus?
I'm sorry, Bongo.
Look.
I'm strictly butter side up.
Understood. What a guy.
Oh, dodgy geezer.
Oh, what a guy.
I'm going to say it now. What a guy.
All systems check.
How badly could I have said it?
Oh, this is a great model. I love this one.
Forget
This
about
makes
that.
Supercar look like it would work.
Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast.
Launch the classic line.
That confused me for ages, that smoke me a kipper, because I don't cook, and I thought it meant, like, smoking a cigar.
Well, I tell you what, mate.
Isn't it? Good start to the episode.
Yeah,
Nice,
very
nice
good.
and warm.
Those were the glory
Good
days,
one.
Chris.
Oh, and the
I
fishing.
love
Oh,
this
the
scene.
fishing. We're
Oh,
going
I like
fishing.
the fishing. God, I got to wear a few costumes in this episode.
What? What are you doing? What am I doing? Yes, what are you doing? Just nipping down the cinema, catch the midnight movie.
What, dressed like that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Going to see Jaws.
You're going fishing, aren't you? That ocean planet we passed 2 days ago, you're going fishing without me.
Oh, come off it, man. Don't be ridiculous.
The hat that...
What are you doing with that?
Titan's got
Come on,
that.
let's get out of here.
I don't believe it. All three of you.
What's he talking about? I don't know. For some reason, he's got this crazy, whacked-out idea that we're all going on a fishing holiday. A fishing holiday?
Dear Rimmer, we have gone on a fishing holiday. To the ocean planet we passed 2 days ago. We tried to wake you but couldn't. See you in 3 weeks, L, K, and C.
Oh, please, sir. They forced me to do it. I had no choice.
Why did you want to go without me?
We didn't want to go without you. We just thought it wasn't your scene. I mean, fishing. Well, it's boring, isn't it?
I love fishing. The glow of the dawn, the line arcing into the water.
That's it. That's exactly the reason we didn't invite you. There's no fish.
That at least is true, sir. We sent down a search probe, and there's no marine life on the entire planet.
We're just going to sit out on
Fish, you
starboard.
talk a lot about fish, don't you, Robert?
There's a lot of fish.
I've
There's a
really
lot of
never
fish
noticed.
references. Yeah.
Anybody who'd want to go on a fishing holiday where they know there's no fish.
We always do it all the time.
Oh, this is
Oh, yeah.
this one.
Oh, yeah.
Fishing now.
The canal.
On fishing.
Oh, goodness.
Wait, one time I caught this 2-pound black rib nobbler.
Black rib nobbler.
It's really good to get your mouth around that. Black rib nobbler.
I don't know what it is about me. All my life, it's been the same old story.
Lovely dressing gown, though.
I think so. It was my own.
Was it your own?
No.
Brought it in
Danny brought all his clothes in.
Want to come?
I try to be like, God knows I try. I regale you with amusing stories of when I was treasurer of the Hammond Organ Owner Society. You never laugh. I offer to talk you through my photo collection of 20th century telegraph poles. You've always got some excuse. None of you like Morris dancing. Would that break your hearts every once in a while, the four of us getting our knees up in the air?
Yeah.
Wood on wood?
The sound of wood on wood.
Pretend to be ill.
You got it wrong, man. We just thought you wouldn't want to come. Now we know you do. Great. You can come. The way you're going on about it's like there's some major conspiracy. We've been planning it for days. We haven't.
Really?
Really?
All right, then I'll come. I'll just get dressed. Holly?
Oh, who woke him up?
Lovely hat.
Yeah.
I love these old Starbucks shots.
They're really nice.
Very
aren't
good.
they? But are they CGI or models? I'm
They're
not sure
models,
now.
I think. Or
Yeah,
they
they would have been
CG?
all right in a movie, wouldn't they?
They're models.
They're
yeah.
models, yeah.
They were shot on film. The only thing shot on film. in
Yeah.
Dwarf.
There's no percentage in being a boy racer,
See what I mean? We've already made the movie and we don't even know it.
They could cobble bits together, couldn't they?
Yeah, just cut all the Starbugs and Blue Midget stuff together. We've got a movie.
Yeah.
An orbital course will be there in no time.
Just rearrange it all.
Yes, and get the second stage underway.
I already have done, sir.
But you haven't correlated the data with the main computer banks, have you?
Bit of a control freak, old Rimmer, really.
Yeah.
He's the kind that likes to tie you up.
You know, your problem, Crichton, you're a git. Forgotten that.
It's not his
We
fault.
talked the way out of it if you hadn't have blown the whole gaff. Me? What did I do? You're the one
That
who
is a
woke him up.
fishing hat.
That is definitely a fishing hat. That would scare the fish out of the water.
Putting him with your size 12s. You are so two-faced. Why haven't you got the guts just to tell the dude nobody likes him? Oh, yeah, great, brilliant. What am I supposed to say? Excuse me, man. Do you know you're about as popular as a horny dog at a Miss Lovely Legs competition?
Like horny dog.
Horny dog.
Lovely legs competition.
Just had to get out of there. He's driving me nuts. I cannot stand front seat drivers. Well, come on, there's not a lot going on in here. We're on holiday. Let's cheer things up a bit. How about some music? I brought my Hammond CDs with me. How about Reggie Wilson plays the Lift Music Classics? What about Sounds of the Supermarket 20 Shopping Grades?
Trouble is, I quite like the Hammond music. That's my problem.
I think the older you get, the more you start to like Hammond music.
Yeah. You like
Did you know that
cardigans
Jimi
that have-
Hendrix used Hammond?
that funk, you know, that sort of...
Jimi Hendrix used Hammond music.
Yeah, he did use Hammond organ, didn't he?
Yeah.
They all did.
Do you know the story
Doors,
about
the Doors
Jimi
used
Hendrix
Hammond.
and Hammond, didn't you?
Well, I mean, you've got Brian Auger,
No.
you've got
Yeah.
Fred Wesley, you know...
What? What did Jimi
Jimi
Hendrix?
Blazers, all
Jimi
that
Hendrix was shaving in the mirror one day, and
Jimmy
he,
Smith?
he run downstairs
Yeah.
and he saw a ghost walk past him in the mirror
Wow.
because he used to live next door to Handel.
You
What,
did
in
a
his house in
play.
London?
Well, obviously in different centuries.
You did a play.
Ah, I see. And he ended up started using Hammond organ because of Handel.
Yeah. Because
Harpsichord.
Danny was Jimi Hendrix.
Handel wrote a lot of music for the Hammond organ.
In a
didn't he?
play.
Yeah.
Did he?
No, possibly not.
Handel did a load of choral stuff.
Oh, he did a lot of choral stuff.
I
that's true.
used a harpsichord.
Imagine
Which
that-
is not the
imagine
same
having an
as
organ in
Hammond
that, though,
organ.
wouldn't you?
Well, you got the choral button on your Hammond organ, haven't you?
Yeah.
Press
This
that.
is where we do need
I just
Howard
said
Goodall.
something.
isn't it?
Well, Hammond's are more of a funky thing, you
Keep
know
us
what I mean?
right on this.
Big Leslie speakers.
Yeah. Isn't-
It's going to hit us. Collision.
Ah!
Panicky acting there from
Oh,
Robert
yes,
Llewellyn.
panicking acting.
Advanced crash procedure.
Where's the card? Who's got the card?
Oh, this is, I like this.
Yeah.
This was one where everyone giggling during rehearsals, and this
Yes.
one. Very much in this one, everybody giggling and corpsing during rehearsals.
You know what it is? Sit down, tuck your head between your legs and brace yourself. Now what? Then you open the in-flight magazine and start reading.
Yeah. Got to read your in-flight magazine.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. Content
contents list. Salt and epicures delight.
That would never happen on a cruise, though.
No.
No. Wouldn't have to get your head between your legs or anything on a cruise, Chris. Which is, I don't know if that's a bonus or not, really.
What are you saying? We should go by plane?
Oh.
That was good. It was like it was like a kid playing with two toys and crashing them in mid-air, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If you look closely, you can see the shadows of the fingers where they were holding them.
It was a mixture, wasn't it? A camera shake and you lot shake.
Yeah.
This was groundbreaking, surely.
Yeah.
For a
Oh,
sitcom.
absolutely.
Yeah, it does look like hurtling.
You wouldn't get that in...
Yeah, that's movie quality, that.
That is.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Look at this.
Now, where was that?
That was done in that puddle out the back of Shepperton.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, that is another lovely
Where was
starboard
that? Is that
crash.
a mixture between model, the CGI, and...
And that was all models.
That was
wasn't
All
it?
model, mate. It was all
That was a
models.
postcard of
Guy
the
with a
Lake
hairdryer like
District.
that on the water making it turn into waves.
That was very good.
Cat! It's bad, buddy.
It's bad.
So bad. See what I mean? It's red with apricot. I look like a jerk. I'm bleeding an unfashionable colour.
Very often, those model shots, the problem is the water. If you look at those 50s
Yeah,
black
yeah,
and white
yeah,
water,
yeah. The battleships going through.
yeah. The water isn't sort of big enough. It's
Yeah.
too big
Yeah.
for, to make it realistic.
Can't
But
get
that
a
did look
spray.
quite
That looked
realistic.
very good, didn't it? Yeah.
Let's clean this up. Make sure he doesn't get gangrene. Gangrene? You think I might get gangrene? Yes. Hey, that might work. Green with apricot. I think I could pull that off.
It's a break, sir. Quite a bad one. I'm going to have to snap the bone back into line, and there's no anesthetic.
Oh, no.
We're going to see Ace in a minute, aren't
Oh,
we?
no, he's going to be there.
Ace is ready to save the day.
Someone needs to rescue them.
That's the real you,
it.
Chris. Ace.
What? You reckon so?
When you were doing
You
Ace,
lived up to it.
how did you approach it, mate? Hey, who are you thinking of? Who is you played around?
Well, I don't really know. I just thought of...
There's a bit of James Bond in there.
yeah,
surely.
I suppose there was 007 was the main model for
Johnny
it, yeah.
English.
No.
Well, it predates Johnny English by
a decade.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
Yes.
Oh, it's Tom Cruise, though, isn't it?
No.
Well, it was sort of James Bond in space, wasn't it, really?
Yeah.
A dance band, get it to play Abide with Me. It didn't seem like a Mickey take when you were doing
Oh,
it.
no, I didn't
It's like
think
doing it was real.
of any other
No, it was
performances or anything. I just thought of, drop me voice a little bit and sort of, put a little bit of this and...
But it is a kind of cross between
I
Pierce
thought of it.
Brosnan and the
Yeah,
Scottish
but
Bond.
he wasn't around then, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was in the Long Good Friday then,
I thought it was more American. I thought of it as a more
So
American.
what I really did was take Rimmer and then just put everything sort of opposite. Really.
Refining.
Yeah.
Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast.
Smoke me a kipper.
It was good because it wasn't cod.
Well, I think...
No,
It was
Cod
kipper.
made it work, yeah.
That's
It was
what made
kipper,
it
yeah,
work.
it was a bit kipper, but it wasn't cod.
It wasn't
There was
cod.
just enough on it, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There was just a little bit of relish. There you go.
Oh.
Friends call me Ace. I've come from another dimension. Explain later. But first of all, let's get you out of this picture. What do they call you, matey?
Look at that hand on his old.
Series 4000 Mechanoid, am I right?
Broken arm.
Sold to the Space
Hasn't he?
Corps.
Yeah. Look.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, you reminded me of a fellow I once knew. What's your handle?
Lister. Dave Lister.
Of course it is. Put it there, Dave.
Look at that. Oh,
See,
dear.
I wasn't in any bit as Holly. So I said, why don't I
Looks like you bought yourself
faint when I see him?
Oh, yeah.
Because then it would explain why I wasn't in the rest
Right.
of it. So
And
I
you're
just fell
there?
off the chair. Holly.
Classic.
God, it's me. I'm much
At
more
least it made
handsome.
sense to me then.
Well, looks like I'm superfluous. Hold on, he'll have you out of here in no
Ah,
time.
yeah.
He's a hologram. He can't touch anything.
Dead, eh? Well,
dead,
congratulations,
eh?
old man. What a crushing bore that must be. You're me. Don't quite understand the science, but it's got something to do with us living identical lives up until a certain point, where a decision was
dear.
made, and you went one way, I went the other. Still, can't hang around here chin wagging all day.
that
Let's
way.
get this box
Remember
up
when?
here, shall we? What's your plan, huh?
It's got all those sort of... it's got all those sort of RAF-y type.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ford it and,
Yeah.
It's a very rugby club, actually.
Yeah. Quite rugby club. Yeah.
Great costume, though. That is fantastic.
Okay, chaps.
Not so fast, Davy boy. You leapt in so quick you didn't give Arnie here a chance.
It's really good, this one.
Okay, well, let's
The
go.
writing's steaming. That's
Who
what
is
it
it?
is.
Yeah.
It's definitely somebody. I can't think. It's not James Bond, I don't think.
Well, you can work it out. What's the...
Well, it's more Simon Templar than James Bond, I think.
I don't know. No proper action hero. I can't think.
Danger Mouse.
Better grab a brolly. It's a bit of a drizzle outside.
Grab a brolly.
Excuse us.
I mean, the thing is, Ace was a leader.
As a leader of men, sir. You get to knock out Crichton as well.
Yeah.
Which is something that we've all wanted to do from time to time, but none of us ever had it in the script.
Yeah.
Took a bit of a tumble in the landing. It's only a stretch.
Yeah,
Bit of a tumble.
It's kind of it's a World War II British pilot, isn't it?
To
Thing.
allow me to go in your place.
I see. The Series 4000 isn't waterproof, is it?
Well, that's besides the point, sir.
Look, I'll tell you what we'll do.
Very swashbuckling that as well.
Yeah.
Good move,
You
Chris. Very good.
swashbuckler.
Bit of a whack. I want you to reroute his circuitry and bring him back online.
What?
How? You don't know how to do that?
No.
He's a flunker, isn't he?
Smoke me a kipper. Can you do that?
Forgotten that line.
What have I put down?
Oh,
Smoke me a kipper.
no, I remember
you got a lot of water in your
Now
face,
this
didn't
I
it?
remember. I really
Oh,
remember
and it was
this.
cold. It was in the
This
winter. It was
December.
freezing.
Yeah, we were
With a
freezing.
It was just.
A
It was,
Volkswagen wind machine.
was outside
and a
And
fire
like
hose.
hoses,
it
fire
was on the
hoses.
grass verge.
Yeah, you got a
wasn't
big
it?
mouthful, didn't you, Chris?
Shepperton.
I remember.
you
You
did.
really suffered doing this.
They
Yeah.
kept deliberately giving you a mouthful of cold water every
But I
time you
thought,
went to
how
say
can I look a
something.
wimp if I'm Ace? So I just put up with the poison.
Were
and got
you
on with
going on?
That's right,
Apparently
grab
they've
onto the
got a
broken
recording
arm.
of me saying, "Come on, Rimmer, come on, Chris, we're supposed to be space heroes." Yeah.
I was in hysterics
we were
watching you
absolutely
being
freezing.
like this.
Must because it was like December, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It
it
was.
was freezing.
There was a wind machine. There were people throwing buckets of cold
Oh,
water.
it was-
We didn't have to act. It was that uncomfortable.
I know. I think
It was
you
just
were-
hard to get the dialogue out.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It was the
Especially
first
when they-
decent shout that Craig had had all week.
Yeah. I think they.
Oh, Danny's on form.
Oh,
Sir, he's delirious.
Oh, rubber trousers held down with bicycle clips.
Commander Rimmer.
Commander Rimmer.
Ace.
Right, there he goes, the bitter and twisted student.
All saying this type, you know. Hurly-burly, rough-and-tumble macho marine in public. And behind closed doors, he'll be parading up and down in taffeta ball gowns, drinking mint juleps, whipping the houseboy.
He's been round to yours then, Chris.
Yes, I went into the gents and he went the other way.
You are making fatuous references to his sexuality. If I may just point out...
Yes, we did it! Awooga, awooga, awooga!
No,
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Man of the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Ace, it was you. I could never have reconnected that fuel
that
line.
bit always reminded me of Dan Aykroyd.
You haven't been holding me by the ankles.
How could you hang upside down and fix the starboard engine? See?
Now I know where I've seen you two. Weren't you the double-action centerfold in July's edition of Big Boys in Boots?
Now look here, Arnie. You can say what you like about me, but I won't hear a word against Skipper here.
Skipper?
He deserves a nickname. I thought Skipper sat rather well.
Rather well.
We all love Ace.
Yeah.
But if you met someone like this in real life,
He would get on your tits.
I don't know though. I've met a few sort of army
for a
officers, and you
while.
just think, no, I would follow that guy. You say, come on, let's get over the fence and we'll get in there.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. You just go, all right, I better head then.
No, but they're shooting at me.
Yeah. They're shooting at me too. Let's get in there.
Yes. Sort of. You must have met people from Sandhurst. They must be like.
that's
oh.
it's Sandhurst
It's
material
Sandhurst,
types.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, see that? Look at that. All the bling bling, you know, all they're talking about the bling bling now. You know, look how many years ahead of them I
Yeah.
was. Puffy bling bling.
Absolutely.
I'm blinging all over the place, man.
What's
Nobody
blinging?
gave me no credit about it.
But
Ross,
if you go back to
how
people
about
like
that?
Johnny Guitar Watson and people like that,
All
they
the
would
bling
dress
bling
like
they're
that.
talking about
Bootsy
now.
Collins, George
10
Clinton.
years ahead.
Oh my
Hey.
god.
Hey.
About Jenny from the block.
Field microsurgery.
How's the cat?
Oh, Ace did it.
You know things are bad when Rimmer starts asking about the cat.
Yeah.
Trying to find the material he likes for his dressings. I don't know how Ace does it. He's been on his feet for 36 hours. He's still laughing and joking. What a guy. He's just nipped off to teach Crichton how to play the piano. Amazing.
Endless talent.
Of course.
It is based on me, if I'm honest.
I'm based it on myself. That's what it was, because all those years they were writing this Rimmer character for you, they knew that underneath it.
Exactly.
They thought, let's let that other man out.
Yeah, play myself for an episode. Play myself for a
Let's just have a rest.
Give yourself a week off and just not do any acting at all.
Exactly.
Right. He probably got to go to some really great school while I was...
A lot of people don't know that what you're wearing here is the Rimmer wig, and your real hair is actually what Ace is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for the fans, I've lived the Rimmer wig.
You've been very good, and you've made that sacrifice, because obviously your hair would have that huge fringe, really.
Yes. I've closed it all in.
Somewhere in some other dimension, there's another you doing really well for himself.
Oh, come on, how would you feel if some git arrived from another dimension? Another lister with wall-to-wall charisma and a PhD in being handsome and wonderful.
Hey, man, I am that lister.
No, come on, how would you feel if there was another lister doing a hell of a lot better than you are?
There is. Ace knows him. That's why he called me Spanners when he first came in.
That's my daughter's nickname, believe it or not.
Mine's Christine Kachansky, twin boys, Jim and Bexley. I made up for him. Whatever he did that I didn't, he deserves the lot.
But Spanners doesn't have the charisma of Lister.
No.
He may be doing better.
Yes.
Yes, in one way, but
Yes.
in another.
Leading a very safe life as well, and fixing ships.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not the last human being in the universe.
Danger, is it?
For what I could have achieved if I got the one he got. Skipper, got him home.
Skipper.
Go on, he's probably picked a ring.
Wicked delivery.
He's sewing his arm up. That's it.
Skipper, I've decided I'm not going to stay.
Why? Bitter and twisted.
Him and me, it would never work. I just can't stand to be near the man. To see myself so warped, so bitter, so weaselly. The man's a maggot.
Man's a maggot.
Just out there.
Just
I
out
can't go
there.
back.
Stitching up his own arm. No anaesthetic.
Who needs it?
Who needs it? Just a cigar. Just smoke and
I'll be doing that tonight after football training.
But don't be too hard on Rimmy.
Oh, dear me, Peyton Place.
You know what that break was? At the age of 7, one of us was kept back a year. The other one wasn't. Put your finger on that, will you, Skipper?
Oh, my days, oh, my days.
Oh, you see.
By his terms, he got the break. But being kept down a year made me.
You see.
The humiliation.
I always remember this to my own children and their education.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep them down a year.
Yeah. You make sure they don't pass any exams or anything.
Yeah.
And I've been fighting back ever since.
Well, he spent the rest of his life making excuses.
Maybe he's right. Maybe I did get the lucky break. I'll grab my things and be off, Dave. Smoke me a kipper, Skipper. I'll be back for breakfast.
Smoke me a kipper, Skipper. What a guy.
They stunk the studio
They
out.
did. They were kippers, weren't they? They really did honk.
All them lights.
I'll smoke him a smoking kipper.
Yeah, they decided that he shouldn't get covered, didn't they? Yeah.
Did they ever drop an? I thought they did.
Yeah, they dropped it on Rimmer, but it didn't look right. Then they changed it to changed it.
He
to
never
the,
encountered an Arnold Rimmer as deeply saddened worthless as the one he'd met aboard the Dwarf, man.
Oh, congratulations. Marvellous. Oh. No, they really
Lovely
stunk
shot,
those
that,
kippers.
though, isn't it?
Yeah. That's beautiful, isn't it? No.
Okay, take it away, Scutters.
That's not Hammond, that's Bon Tempe organ, that, isn't it? Crichton bongo.
Oh, I should have been Holly Melly.
Oh yeah, did you not get a Holly Melly credit?
Don't they? Did you get
I
a?
didn't see.
Did you get a list of spanners?
I didn't see it. I just thought, Mike, I was just drawn to the bongo.
No reverend for me.
Didn't you get that done?
No.
You
That's
didn't get.
all wrong,
You
isn't
weren't pastor.
Well, there we go.
Hi there, welcome to Red Dwarf 4. This is the final episode in Red Dwarf 4. These are the DVD commentaries, and this is Meltdown.
And I'm eating crisps.
Right, I'll show you the bit I'm worried about. I don't know.
That bit?
That bit.
Yeah.
That is. Where does that come from?
What's that in?
This one now.
It comes from this one,
Wax
yeah.
World.
It comes from Wax World, yeah.
That's the dinosaur world.
I thought it was Sesame Street.
When you and I are in the garden at Shepperton, Chris, in the old house, and we had to look round and see the monster and run. It was on a really cold morning, and we hadn't got a clue what we were looking at.
Right.
That was what we were looking at.
Is that a clip from something else?
It could be.
Oh, well, we'll have to spot it in this then.
Yeah.
We'll have to
It
scroll.
is. It chases you out of dinosaur world.
Yeah.
It looks more
This is
grainy,
one of the
though.
least liked episodes by the fans.
Oh,
which
it is?
I know I can't understand it, but it gets
because of
it's got
Chris's
the
braces.
lowest rating.
It's the braces.
The braces were a
Maybe
dodgy
it's
green.
always
it's a
on the
great
telly
story.
when there's something on the other side.
No, it's like in the fan club thing. It was voted one of their least favourite episodes of all time.
I love this one. Yeah.
I really like it. I think
It
the
was
story,
great fun to do.
Great
wasn't it?
scenes. The Caligula scenes, great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember-
it was fun watching you lot doing this.
Remember Jack Nietzsche playing
Jack Claff.
Jack Claff? Sorry,
Yeah.
Yeah. As Lincoln, he was
Yeah,
brilliant.
playing Lincoln. He was
Yeah.
brilliant as Lincoln.
That was so funny.
You could hear
that
him in the
scene.
next county, couldn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
So certainly in the next studio, he played it so loud.
Oh, yeah, he
There's
gave
some
it.
proper lookalikes.
And the Caligula scene where you keep speaking and I get slapped.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk's is,
Yeah,
is memorable.
He's brilliant in this. And watching Winnie the Pooh get hung, I love that.
Ah.
I thought Elvis was brilliant, Clayton.
Oh, he was
Yeah.
great.
Rob and Doug wanted to get an episode where we found Elvis in space.
Yeah,
Never
that'd be
happened.
good. Maybe that could be in the
Uh-huh.
film. That could be in the film.
You've been a wonderful prisoner.
Did you know that there is a version?
Did you know?
And he sang the theme. The
Oh, he did. He,
outro.
he sings the
Must be
outro.
this
He
one.
sings the outro. Great.
Must be this one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is that show, yeah.
I jotted it down in my risk campaign book. I always used to do that. So I could replay my moments of glory over a glass of brandy in the sleeping quarters. I ask you, what better way is there to spend a Saturday night?
You got me.
So, a 6 and a 3, and he came back with a 3 and a 2.
Remy, can't you tell the story is not gripping me? I am in a state of non-gripness. I am completely smegging, ungripped. Shut the smeg up.
Don't you want to hear the risk story?
That's what I've been saying for the last 15 minutes.
But I thought that was...
What are they talking about?
Well, it's Rimmers.
He's talking about his war games, yeah.
Sings the outro, man. It's like bad. I mean, bad as in good.
Yeah. We spent all week going, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Remember?
everybody.
Thank you very
Just
much.
doing it the whole
And
time.
you've been a wonderful
Enjoy
prisoner, you really
Stacy.
have. Oh.
Glad audience, you really have.
I love Rimmer in this, though. When,
And the chant
when he's
marching.
surveying the troops. Yeah.
No. The classic line was, "Okay, boys, reach for the sky. Let me see them understains." That is the line.
I
of
love
lines.
that. What you doing, Gandhi? Get on that damn nappy. Get on your knees and give me 50.
Oh, I remember the first Gandhi turning up.
Wasn't strong enough to do 50.
He couldn't
get out of the car.
He couldn't do one press up.
He couldn't bend over. He was like about
And I had to help
98.
him out the car, and he was going to have to do all these
poor
press
old
ups.
fella, yeah.
Poor
We should have
guy.
got Ben Kingsley, really.
The guy came for Einstein looked really old as well. Should have got Ben Kingsley. He would have done it in a couple of years later.
Yeah.
Hadn't he already done it? When did Gandhi come out?
No, he would have done Red Dwarf.
Oh, I
They're all,
see.
yeah, they'd be desperate to do it now.
What about that woman's name who played Queen Victoria?
Oh, she
Alice
wasn't
de
talk-
Mellet de Bonas.
She was. Because she did a lot of...
She was
did a-
slumming when she was playing Queen Victoria. That's how posh she was. She was
She
slumming,
was
mate.
posh.
There's just the matter paddle.
The makeup lady had to talk to Prince Albert, then Prince Albert would talk to Queen Victoria.
Oh, that's good.
Alice
I
de
like that.
Mellet de Bonus. What a name.
True.
I love that.
Yeah.
They come out wet.
I'm sorry about that, sir. I neglected to engage the depth function.
We'll walk right.
We've talked all the way over this.
Yeah.
Can they switch
That's
this
because
off?
they weren't
Can
very
they
good.
switch off their commentary? Or are they
Yeah,
stuck
they
with
can switch it off. No, they can turn it off. Yeah.
No, yeah.
We can say, we can just go on.
Unfortunately, the 5 microphones haven't got individual channels because we could have Danny down all the time. Then.
But it would just be boring, Craig.
Straight to him.
So, are there any planets with an atmosphere in range?
Well, several, according to the paddle scanners, but the most...
this is the matter paddle.
The matter paddle.
Years away.
Another
Nice
nice science fiction concept.
Isn't it just 3 old hairdryers just stuck together?
Yeah, but very nicely stuck together.
Traveling subspace via the paddle, we would reach it almost instantaneously.
Subspace.
Hey. Nobody's rearranging my molecules.
It's perfectly safe, sir, but I do suggest that Mr. Rimmer and I go on ahead as a scout party.
What?
Well, if the atmosphere isn't breathable, we won't be affected. If it is, we can send the paddle back to pick you up.
The thing is, Critters, I'd love to be in the advanced scout party, facing all those thrilling, unknown dangers with you. Fighting a frontiersman's path.
I do remember this
through a jungle of
speech.
discovery. But you're forgetting one thing.
No, sir, I've taken your congenital cowardice into consideration.
I'm a hologram. I can't touch the thing. How can it transport me?
Well, of course, you do have a small physical presence.
Precisely.
Did you notice the innuendo I said that with, then?
Very, very good.
Very good.
Wow.
Don't remember that.
Nah, you're a little thingy. Buzzes around inside him and projects his image.
Oh, the light bee. Of course, the light bee.
Does that end up in a cup of coffee as well?
It's worse. It ends up in his gob.
Thank you. Now, if all
At the end of it, don't we? Doesn't he make the passage through my lower intestine out the colon?
Possible.
Oh, dearie me.
No, even though you're a hologram, though, you do still have sort of steam coming out of breath.
It's cold, and it's a bit bright. Could have been graded a bit.
Still leaves on the trees, but it was very cold. I remember. I wonder when that was.
I think it could have been graded a bit, couldn't it?
Yeah.
What now?
Well, I suggest we start.
It's a bit like, ooh.
It's
That was a field near
Yeah, now this is where that
Shepperton.
shot's from.
Is it pre-car park?
Yes, it is. That's the car park now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just.
There we go.
Oh,
Yes.
is that the car park?
Yeah, that's where you park the cars now in Shepperton.
What, they've
yeah.
concreted it over?
Yeah. Used to be the back garden of the big house.
But that bit about the big, whatever it was.
You just missed a dinosaur.
Is lifted from
From a sort of Japanese horror film.
Japanese,
Yeah. Ah.
Oh, he's in it a lot, really, isn't he?
The resources are poor. The will is weak. We can crush them. We can grind them.
Oh, this is in the Smeg-ups, isn't it? When I go stone, I go.
Yeah.
It's obviously wood like.
So long, suckers. Don't panic me, man. I'm doing my best. Where are we? I don't know.
They didn't strike me with fear, those members of the
No, it didn't.
But they were wax droids, so I mean, you know.
Oh, you didn't know that
Quite
then,
the same as the
though?
real thing.
Didn't
No,
know
we didn't
that
know that.
then.
We didn't know that then.
You didn't know that then.
No, we don't know that.
Don't know that yet.
To work out where we are.
So could you stand in that fireplace then? It was big enough, was it?
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Where was that?
That was in Shepperton, the old house.
It's in the old house in Shepperton, where we have those
A lot of this
parks.
stuff was filmed there, wasn't it?
Molest the glasses. Suppose the fat bastard must have been Garen. Must have been. He was a cocaine addict and a transvestite. Pity really, if things had worked out different, he'd all the makings of a major movie star. Hands hock, pig dogs.
Hans Hock pig dogs. Down with a beautiful grasp of the German language there.
Captured. You're telling me he's a transvestite? Yeah. With those hips?
I think we've lost them.
I can't believe how feeble and improbable those creatures were, sir. I've seen more.
Those actors were, or those creatures?
Those actors were, sir.
wrong here.
Reach for the sky, boys.
Hey!
Whereas this actor...
No, look at this.
It was great.
Classic TV.
No funny business or I splash your guts around like the communion wine.
Yeah.
It's back to the hit list.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Whatever it takes to find out about the paddle. Hey, if you mean torture, then say the word.
I like this. It's well played this time.
Okay, they may torture us. They won't, man. They're probably not even interested in the paddle. They'll just take us outside and execute
This
us.
is always thought of this as Laurel and Hardy.
Is this a set?
Yeah, it's great,
yeah,
isn't it?
In the studio, yeah.
In the studio.
As soon as they see me, they'll know
It's a good set, though.
Yeah.
Don't you see the joins in the wallpaper?
Yeah.
I don't know what the smeg went wrong. No. Crichton never said anything about the paddle taking us back in time. We just wanted to transport us to the nearest planet with a breathable atmosphere. The smeg would be wind up in the middle of the Third Reich.
What are those guys doing out there?
They're building something.
Oh.
What?
Oh, nothing. Just a sculpture, you know, modern art job, like the kind you get in shopping malls.
What's it made of?
Wood. It's a sort of inverted L shape in wood.
Does it have a kind of rope motif?
There's a sort of noosey theme to it, yeah.
It's gallows, right? Look, if it's gallows, say it's gallows. I can take it.
Okay, it's gallows.
You can't get those.
You can't. Oh, beautiful.
You don't get them anymore.
Nick their uniforms and stroll out.
Are you insane? You seriously expect me to wear grey out of season? I'd rather hang.
Hang on. Something's happening.
I'm glad we don't
Oh, yeah,
actually see it.
who's being hung?
We don't see it, do we?
No, we don't see it. Which
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I don't remember seeing that.
it was, but like, it's sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're all wearing different period costumes. There's one looks like Al Capone. There's another like Mussolini. Richard III, Napoleon. Smeg, it's like all the worst people in history have been brought together in one place. Oh, my God, there's James Last.
Oh, you're too wicked to James, man. Guy sold more records than Westlife.
Some kind of firing squad. Whoa, hang
So
on.
why are they building a gallows?
Yeah. You're going to hang him and shoot him.
Yeah, you're going to hang him and shoot him just to
properly
make
dead.
really sure. They're going to muck about.
What would you do
Winnie
first?
the Pooh.
What? Winnie the Pooh, I swear.
Oh, dear.
He's refusing the blindfold.
With his hand.
Tying Winnie the Pooh to the stake?
Yeah, I think they hung him.
He definitely got
Something
hung.
no one should ever have to see.
Hold on, look. Back up, everyone.
Break our bonds, but you'll never break our spirit.
Yes, you
You can hear him in the
thinking
next
now.
studio. No, honestly, you can hear him in the next studio.
He is legit, isn't he?
He's legit.
He's legit. He's so legit.
A really
Jackie is.
subtle
So
performance here.
Oh, what a brilliant guy.
Good bongo player.
Bongo?
There's Marilyn Einstein.
Stan Laurel.
Marilyn? Einstein, yeah. Marilyn on a bad day.
Who's this geezer here?
Jim Sweeney.
No, that's not Jim
Socrates.
Sweeney. No, it wasn't.
Pythagoras.
I don't think was Jim Sweeney in it?
You mean in real
Is that Jim
life?
Sweeney?
No.
No. Oh, who is this geezer?
It was
Stephen Tiller. Look at this.
Someone tell me what's going on here.
Who are these people? They're not wax
No, sorry, it's not Jim
No.
Sweeney. No.
Wax droids?
Stephen Tiller.
What's in it,
The
though?
entire complex is a colossal wax-droid theme park. See, prehistoric world. That must be where we materialized. On either side of it, villain world.
Good
and hero
look-alike.
world.
Yeah, he's very good, yeah.
Droids were programmed to repeat a simple sequence of routines over and over again.
Well, they must have broken their programming, and now they're
We're looking
running
at
amok.
names now.
You see, we've been left here all alone for millions of years.
Now, Forbes Masson.
Oh, yeah.
He was part of the double act with Alan Cumming, who's
Yes.
since become quite a major Hollywood star, quite a baggable box office.
What's he
celebrity.
certainly has, like.
Well, he's in a couple of James Bond. He's in James Bond movie, and he's done
a few things.
Done a lot of things in the last few years.
This guy here.
No, his ex-partner. Yeah, they were in a double act.
Joan of Arc, Nelson, Wellington, hell, baby. Even Doris Day. They've all died in battle, man.
All died in battle, man.
All died in battle, man.
Less than 20. If only we numbered 21, then at least we could form an equilateral triangle.
Oh, leave it out, Pythagoras. With a triangle.
Oh, that could be a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Everything is triangles.
Caligula, the Boston Strangler, dozens of them.
And we don't even have a leader. We haven't really got a job.
My God. Right. This is my destiny.
Ah, here he comes.
To the rescue.
Sure, I'm following you, sir.
Across that valley lies an army of darkness such as mankind has never seen. The only thing between them and total victory is this pathetic pocket of resistance.
Remember, this was going to go out first. It's going to be the first episode out, but it was delayed because of the first Gulf War.
First Gulf War. That's right. It was too warlike.
It would have upset Mr. Bush. It's weird that Atlanta's another Bush now as well.
Yeah.
And he was worried about saving his son.
Adjutant Crichton, I'm going to turn you into the meanest, fittest fighting machine that ever graced a battlefield. Come on, Crichton. But I don't want to fight. I might get killed.
Forbes Masson.
Now, this is very interesting. These little scene changes are very reminiscent of The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah.
Yes. Aren't they? Yeah, with the whip pan and the kind of fade out.
The drum roll.
Look at this guy.
Oh, Jack Clough.
Turn us into their own kind. That's why we're becoming so hopelessly outnumbered.
Outnumbered.
Oh, Tony Hawk.
Classic.
Silence, scum! You not sink to your knees and bow in the presence of the Emperor Caligula.
Who is this guy?
Caligula's a famous Roman emperor. He slept with his mother, both his sisters, and ended up eating his son.
Hey, a little advice, bud. We all feel peckish after making love, but most of us settle for pizza.
You are an impudent fool.
You can feel the whack, can't you?
Yeah.
Do you know how hard it was to concentrate in this scene?
Oh,
With this guy,
laughing.
Rasputin,
Yeah.
we have Tony
Rasputin.
slapping the hell out of Craig and Jack Clough giving it full...
Full welly, you'd be deaf.
I mean...
Want to play it? Rasputin.
I mean, in lines like this.
Soapy frogs and remove his trousers.
It's got something to do with travelling across subspace.
Demonstrate.
Tony Hawk has since gone round Ireland with a fridge.
He
and
has,
written
hasn't
a
he?
book about
And
it.
he's played the
he's
Moldovians
completely
at tennis,
barking
yeah.
Cut out. And unleash the rampant wildebeest.
And he does just a minute, very
Yeah.
regularly. He's very good at it.
Yeah.
My best. Just give it here.
Ah! You think I'm insane?
Should we take a quick vote?
Silence, scum! We'll all hold on to it.
Now! Come on, let's get out of here.
Classic. But we're stuck now. They've got the
Yeah.
massive paddle.
Rasputin, I'm very cross indeed. Guards!
Why didn't we lock him in?
Ah.
We didn't know where they were going to turn up. I suppose.
Rasputin given no dialogue?
No.
No.
Oh,
Not at all.
That's another £2.50, mate.
I mean, at least they could let them grunt or something, you know. It's always bad when they don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah,
them
but some
grunt
lookalikes
or
only
anything.
open supermarkets or something like that, don't they? Probably won't have Rasputin open
Yeah.
a supermarket, I suppose.
Battle of Neasden Society could see me now.
Maybe a Russian tea room.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
As you were, Sergeant Presley.
Oh, you were, Sergeant.
Sir, waiting inspection. Thank you very much.
Well done, Presley.
That's it.
Crichton, let's see what we've got, eh?
Now, this was so cold, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
freezing.
Freezing cold.
I love
This
Sergeant
was in the back,
Presley.
and this was in some allotment, wasn't it, near Shepperton? It was the most weird place we ended up filming.
I'll give you that. Chris is very good at this.
Look at
Gandhi.
Gandhi. Look at Gandhi.
Look.
This was the younger Gandhi than
Yeah.
the original one.
Damn nappy and into a uniform. Have you no pride, man? Don't you want to win this war? Don't eyeball. No!
Give me 50.
Teresa, sir. Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa, God, yeah.
Assisi, sir. St. Francis of Assisi.
There's only two kinds from Assisi.
This is great.
Steers and queers. Which are you, boy?
Steers
This is great. The lineup, Chris.
Sit here from
This
these
is
pictures.
fantastic.
Dalai Lama. Mr. Noel Coward, sir. Delighted to meet you, dear boy.
Shut up.
Classic.
Jean-Paul Sartre, sir.
Look.
He's a philosopher, sir. He's an existentialist.
Well, Sartre, we don't like existentialists around here. And we certainly don't like French philosophers poncing around in their black polo necks, filling everyone's heads with their theories about the bleakness of existence and the absurdity of the cosmos. Clear?
Clear!
Well! Bunch of famous historical wax droids I've ever had the
The
misfortune.
nose is on form here.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. This is it. The epitome
Flaming
of
nostrils.
Lene.
He's gonna have to turn you into soldiers. And that someone,
Bit of Ridsdale Scott there.
is me!
I remember that. It's me.
Over to you, Crichton.
Oh, that like, element. Talk about element. It's like
Watching you, Gandhi.
Oh, yeah, remember
Oh, it's great. It's just so funny to
Look.
watch on the sidelines, I have
Yeah.
to tell
I
you.
tell you.
Sitting on the steps of the
He's
catering
got it, he's got it.
caravan.
N-I-E.
He's just got it.
R-A-E.
Arnie Rimmer's double shit.
That is nonsense.
Oh, dear. You've got to laugh.
You've changed the pattern now.
Actually, I've been a bit too tough. But it's for their own good.
You're killing them for their own good?
Look, when they get out in that battlefield, don't you think the enemy are going to try and kill them?
They won't need to. You'll have wiped them all out first.
I know what I'm doing, Crichton. We attack tomorrow
Clayton's a master.
under cover of daylight.
Daylight, sir?
It's the last thing they'll be expecting. A daylight charge over the minefield. Obviously, I'll have to coordinate things from back here. Now, this is the plan.
Thank you very much, sir. People say they know you, sir. Thank you very much.
Listy, welcome to Command Center.
Rimmer, what's going on out there? Isn't that Mahatma Gandhi? What's he doing practicing hand-to-hand combat with a nun?
That's not a nun, Listy. That's Lieutenant Colonel Mother Teresa. She's a soldier now.
What are you doing, buddy?
I'm winning this war. That's what I'm doing, buddy. Bunch of lefty, wishy-washy liberals they were before I knocked some good old-fashioned death-of-glory bloodlust into them.
Rimmer, you're taking a group of holy men and pacifists and turning them into the dirty dozen.
No, I can't take all the credit. Couldn't have done it without Crichton here.
Oh, sorry, sirs, I had no choice. I'm programmed to obey, no matter how psychotic and deranged the human order.
Rimmer, you're gonna get these guys wiped out. They're not soldiers. He's flipped.
With all respect, sir, he's right. I beg you to reconsider.
They're only wax droids.
But Rimmer, they've broken the program and they're capable of independent thought. That makes them alive.
I see. Yeah, does
Makes them
it?
practically people.
Very interesting bit of philosophy there.
Yeah, does it?
Does it really? Are they? I mean, they are still effectively machines. You know. Do they have?
So if you're a clone, you're not really human then?
Well, there
are
you go,
you?
you see.
Are
Well,
you?
Yeah, but they're not clones, though, are they? They are kind of
I know,
mechanical.
but I'm just saying, you know, if you aren't cloned, are you the property of the original DNA donor?
Exactly.
Or are you a person
Are
in
you
your
a
own
person
right?
in your own right? I don't, you know, it's a problem we're going to have to face in the future.
We'll have to work on that one, mull it
Yeah.
over. Maybe write a thesis.
I think I may write a thesis about it.
Maybe not a thesis, more a long essay.
Thank you very much.
You've been a wonderful prisoner.
Wonderful prisoners, you really have.
What's the exit? Oh, no. They didn't film the exit.
No,
When he
this
went
is
out
your
backwards.
bike, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah.
Certainly scare the hell out of me. Let's get this show on the road.
Company! Advance!
Elvis Presley.
You know what you have to do?
Queen Victoria, she could just about walk.
Yeah. Holly and a headlamp.
Yeah. These
Just his
were
boots.
very realistic explosions.
Yeah, they were. weren't they?
I can certainly see why they didn't want to show this one
No,
around
yeah.
the time, you know?
I love Noel Coward when he gets hit.
I love that. Oh, shot.
Oh, was it shot?
That was so loud, wasn't it? So that was a. I mean, it's a real machine gun firing blanks. It was deafening. She had earplugs in when we did that
This
bit.
is,
Really.
Iron Duke. Iron Duke. This is pawn
What's
sacrifice.
that?
I love that. Born sacrifice.
In the Third Reich building, minimal resistance. Just as we planned, the decoy charge has drawn their fire.
Okay, now find the boiler room and hit the thermostat. They'll melt once it hits 100 degrees.
I'm on my way, sir.
Well, they're all dead, aren't they?
Yeah.
Victory, gentlemen. The fascists have fallen.
May I untie them now, sir?
Rejoice, we conquer. Victory on Waxworld. It's VW Day.
They took the HQ, wiped them all out.
To a droid.
It's true, all melted.
And what about Arnie's army? Yeah, how many of them made it back?
There are always casualties in war, gentlemen. Otherwise, it wouldn't be war. It'd be a rather nasty
sounds like Tony
argument,
Blair.
pushing and shoving.
How many survived?
Well, we haven't had time to make a full official estimate, but at a rough guess, and obviously this is subject to alteration.
This is so familiar at the moment, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it really is.
You're not from you're not from Islington, are you?
You make it sound so negative, Lister. Don't you see? The deranged menace that once threatened this world is vanquished.
No, it isn't. It is. It could have been written in yesterday's paper.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. Listen to it.
Yeah, Rimmer, right, absolutely. Now all the corpses that litter that battlefield can just lie there, safe in the knowledge that they snuffed it under a flag of peace and can now happily decompose in a land of freedom.
Well delivered as well by the young man, Charles.
I think so. I think he did very well with that line.
Not bad for a little spin doctor.
Let's get back.
Well, shouldn't we go out on the
Elvis
battlefield
still alive,
and bask in the glow of victory?
It's a rumour.
Give me his light, B. See you, Rimmer.
Sir, what are you thinking of?
It's okay. He'll come out in a couple of days. We've been through what he's put us through. Does anyone fancy a Vindaloo? Not bad, sirs.
Not bad.
Here he is. Yeah, we'll see us all alone, more or less. Sing it, baby. In the sun, sunshine.
Thank you very much. Because he sang this at the end, didn't he, when we were recording it? It was brilliant.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your steaks.
I don't know how the fans didn't like that show.
No, it's a brilliant episode.
I think maybe we had loads of fun doing it. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
It looked like we was enjoying it too much.
Yeah.
I mean, the war element thing might have.
Play, baby.
Play, baby.
Play, baby. I reckon he should have got a...
Thank you very much.
Clayton should have got a BAFTA for that.
Oh, he was brilliant.